Hi, welcome everyone. Right, so this is a unique situation find ourselves in. So, yeah, streaming on a Tuesday night. Wow. Our reasons for it. That is because on Tuesdays I play Dungeons and Dragons. Yes, I'm a nerd. I'm a complete nerd. But you guys knew this anyway. So we normally start at 7 o'clock. I'm running slightly behind. Everybody else is waiting for me. But quick introduction. So this is like a homebrew version of Dungeons and Dragons. So our GM, who is John, he's created the world. He's created the environments and everything around it. Now we use two things. We use Roll20, which you can see up on the screen at the moment, and we also use D&D Beyond, which is where our character base is. Now, I might be switching between the two like this, so that you guys can see bits and pieces like the character sheet and everything else that I have to do, just to keep on top of everything. So I'll go down through the list. So we've got John, who's the GM. We've got Muggsy, who's played by Anthony. He is a rogue. We've got Alira, which is... Actually, I don't know what Alira is. I've been playing with her since level 1, and I can't make my mind up whether she's a sorcerer or a wizard. She's a wizard, okay? She likes throwing fireballs. We've also got Garvis, who's played by Pete. He's our main tank. Well, he's our only tank. And then we've got Delira, who is played by Morn, or you might hear us call him Martin. I haven't asked him what he would like to go by. And Delira is a female druid who we use for everything, basically. All the buffs we can think of, she's our girl. And then you've got little old me, who plays Reinhorn, who is a cleric, who is supposed to heal everyone, but quite honestly, there's other things and better things to do than lay out healing. So, without further ado, let me connect up Discord, okay, and we'll get going. Okay, I've just joined. And they're deep in conversation about something else. So, in a moment, I will flick the switches, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. Right, hopefully this will actually work, so bear with me.
It's fine. Doesn't matter. It's just one of those things. But as you were saying earlier, you got to be right, haven't you?
Hey, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Hopefully everything streams quite nicely and nothing crashes. But yeah, I've just done a quick intro. I've introduced everyone, basics, but yeah, John, over to you.
I'll get this to you, John.
Oh, come on, Anthony.
You're telling me.
Otherwise, you're just going to get a circle, a brown circle.
You may have to for 2 seconds. Everything's moving slowly.
Okay. So, yeah, so welcome to Cheesy Evenings. Actually, on and off, I think we've been gaming for, oh, goodness me, playing D&D for 20-odd years, maybe. Well, this particular game started about, is it 2 years ago now, folks? We started. And this is a campaign world, which I call Zarkamar, which is a very different to a lot of the more traditional D&D settings. In this world, about 1,000 years ago, there was a massive collapse, and what had been a very high magic, very automated society with airships filling the air and most people not having to do manual labour because there were constructs and other things that did a lot of that for them, and people were free to pursue various things. Unfortunately, what the people of that time did not realise is that their meddling, their magical meddling, and the forces they were using were actually opening up rifts to other planes, and eventually the demon hordes poured onto the prime material plane and started to attack Zarkamar society. In a desperate rush to fix this problem, a group of mages, magic users as they called themselves, devised a system whereby they would take the soul of a primordial, they would split it into its component parts, and they would use these component parts to power a fantastic machine which would realign the planes, thus cutting off the demon's ability to travel to the prime material plane. And this worked. It was successful. The only problem was that what they hadn't foreseen is the massive upheaval this would cause to the prime material. And so the world was functionally destroyed overnight. Cities were toppled, certain areas crashed into the sea, mountain ranges grew where previously there had been fertile land, and everything was upended. And as a result of this, the people had to restart society pretty much from scratch. And so what we have today is that restarted society. There are still remnants of the magic of the ancients lying around, but most people eschew them because they are incredibly dangerous, and everyone knows that. However, what our band of adventurers have learned is that the planar alignment is coming back again, and the demons are finding it increasingly easier to access the plane, the prime material plane on which they find themselves. And so they are currently engaged in a quest to hunt down the shards of the primordial, and in doing so, the shards of its soul. And in doing so, they've actually secured 4 out of the 5 shards, and they need to find the 5th, and then they believe they will be able to restart the machine. They know it's a risk, and they know potentially it could cause damage, but they're also trying to stop the prince of the demons from rampaging across the world again, which they think would be a far worse fate. Ranged against them are a variety of different forces. It seems that there's a cult who worship the primordial, known as the Black, and the cult of the Black are chasing them down. They are also being chased down by a lot of cultists and others who worship the demons and want to see the demons return. And there are other forces at play, but they've only been hinted at so far. They've been aided in their quest by the dwarves. They did the dwarves a massive favour by pretty much wiping out all of the pirates who were troubling dwarven society. It was slightly by accident that they wiped the pirates out by accidentally blowing up the island that the pirates were on. But then that's what happens when your halfling decides to shoot off fire magic in an armory full of alchemical weapons. But hey, it worked out at the end. So they're getting help from the dwarves, but that's clandestine help because the dwarves have their own problems, in that the young dwarf king has had a number of attempts on his life. People trying to assassinate him for reasons we don't really fully understand. It seems linked to a power play because of the fact that he is so young and has only recently come to the throne. His father died unexpectedly. And so we find ourselves in an odd place, underground, as is so often the case, but in what was an airship landing site that was used by the ancients. At some point, what was outside has been covered over by a cave. So topside there is a huge cave with a crashed airship and some spirits hanging around. And then below ground are the administration quarters of the building. And there are, as I say, there are quarters, there are administration offices and other things. And there's even a brig. And searching through that, it's infested with demons. And last week, right at the close of play, just defeated some demons. A party have just defeated them. So, breathing hard and struggling, our party find themselves post-combat. Okay, folks. What are you doing?
So, my mace is actually, oh my God, it's, guys, we haven't got long. The thing's not dead, but it's going to come back. It's going to come back pretty damn quick. Go through or go back down the corridor. What do we want to do?
Have we got a map up, John?
We do not have a map up.
Well, it might help if I moved you to the map, wouldn't it? That would be useful, wouldn't it? Just let me know if he's having a problem. I had one earlier with map loading, but I solved it.
I have lots of problems, but that's just me. It's not IT related.
Now, say all of these sort of fungal ball things in the corner had disappeared or something.
Nope, they're still there.
They're still there.
That's weird. They're not really fungus. Well, they are. They're like puffballs. These sort of vile red blistery puffballs.
I'm not going in.
No.
That sounds terrible.
I'll see if I can go a little closer and see if I can take a see if I can identify anything from a distance, if they look anything familiar to what I've seen or heard of.
Okay, you want to move them?
I'm surprised that Muggsy isn't already looking around for the dragon treasure.
Well, that's the next thing. I am scrambling around over the dragon, and
Delora, can I get a nature check, please?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I probably will get at least a tooth off this thing.
Well, Garvis,
you're having a look at the skeleton, are you? It's been there. It's been there a while. It's been there a long time.
Garvis is huffing and puffing.
It's just bones. But yeah, you could have
teeth. Oh, I will. I'm gonna get a little half dozen of these dragon teeth. Going for the big fang ones.
All right, there you go. The token's up. Probably just explain that due to copyright issues, we're trying to be very careful. We're actually using quite a lot of art from D&D Beyond, which is via Wizards of the Coast. So that's used with Wizards of the Coast fan policy. Not making any money from this, folks. So just be aware of that. And other than that, all the other art that we're using is either we either have the right to use. For example, this map was created by me, or we are using it in the public domain. So,
John, very quickly,
yes.
just in case somebody in the near future, say in the next 3 to 4 months, picks up on this stream, how can they get hold of you for maps and things like that?
Aha, good question. That's gozzies.com. That's GOZZYS.com. You can find a bunch of ready-made maps there, and really, really big and exciting updates coming very soon to maps that you can also generate. So we've got a series of map generators, and they will work with your VTT. So if we're using Roll20 tonight, they'll work with Roll20 and others. And they include things like the downloads that you need for your walls and things like that. So yeah, thank you very much for pointing that out.
No problemo.
And find me. Okay, so yeah, Delira, they are not. They're not
Natural.
from the natural world that you've been trained in. But scratching your head, you realise that these are extraplanar. They are in fact a form of fungus, but they are extraplanar.
Okay.
Garber says, I don't like the look of them. They look like they could explode in a minute. Bugsy,
Yeah.
keep away.
I am
Yeah, you
absolutely
think-
away.
Keep your hands in your
Not.
pants.
But you don't know what might be within them. The problem is, the worry is that some of the spores that might come out of them, you're not entirely sure.
Or they might explode.
Yeah. Quick question. Have you got the elemental spirit from last week as well? That should be up for an hour.
Can you see that?
I can see the bear, but I can't see the air elemental we summoned.
My apologies. Hang on a second. Let me. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to replace that with a. Bear with me.
No problem.
Let me just get rid of the bear as well, and I'll put.
Yes, that would have gone by now. Actually, that would have gone by.
Oh, the bear's gone, has it?
Yeah,
Oh, there's
that's
the
only
new
it.
bear anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Right, let me just give you control of this so you can set it up. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mugsy, I think a firebolt will clear those fungus balls right up. Let me just go down this corridor while you deal with that.
So, guys, as you go down the corridor, you're stomping past the. You have to sort of step almost kind of over and on top of the body of the ape demon.
I'm going to lop its head off as I go past. I don't know if it'll help, but
Doesn't seem to have so far.
no.
So I will not cast a firebolt. I understand the joke.
So are we not going to investigate that corner? I think there's
We
no
almost have to.
I'll-
over there.
Jarvis, I'll be honest with you. I don't think we've got time. That thing's going to be back any second. We need to either get out or get in a better defensive position to take this thing on. And I see everybody goes out the door, and I go out through the door, and I close it behind, hoping that whatever that demon thing was, basically can't open doors.
Okay, I'm seeing.
I'm going to skip on ahead.
Yeah, because demons are famous for not being able to open doors, right?
Hey, I mean, it was on all four legs. It was on all four legs like a hound that was possessed. So I'm hoping it hasn't got opposable thumbs.
Moving carefully, understanding that these things can reach out of walls.
Sorry, Delira, I'm just going to move you in front.
When you say moving carefully, can I get my?
Stealth check.
Can we get some stealth, mate? Yeah, please. Let me just have a look. I don't think I've.
Oh, no, it's not.
Wow, net 20.
I didn't tick the box that says nameplate. That's why.
All good.
There you
Nat 20. So I'm being as stealthy as is absolutely humanly, Mugsyly possible. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
My dice aren't rolling on the screen.
Clank, clank.
Yeah.
Okay.
And try and get on
All right.
ahead.
Where are you going?
Just peeking down this way just to see if there's anything going on. And then I think we've already investigated.
You open the doors and have a look through the door, or you?
Ah.
By the way,
Yeah, the other way is
very
forward.
much
Yeah, I'll peek through. Oh, I did it.
Ignore
Sorry,
that.
is,
Ignore that, guys.
teetering on his last legs, Garvis is. It's not going to be much use in a fight.
We need to
Okay.
get to a defensive
With that
position
said-
and
Where do you guys want to go to defend? You want to be able to escape too. Can't just put ourselves completely in a corner.
where we rested up the last time, I would imagine. But I don't know. I don't have enough. I don't have enough in me
Do
to get Illyra and Garvis back up to full health quick.
okay.
I can do a bit of healing on.
Wait.
I'd go on Garvis. We need our defense.
Okay, let's move. Let's come back down like you said where we were. And if I remember right, we were in this room, which is I don't really like because it does put us where we can't. Oh. And
Yeah,
these two
all the
are
doors are
locked.
locked. Yeah, all the doors are locked. Were closed. I thought we closed all of them.
Hold on.
Oh,
No problem.
Hold on.
sorry.
Hold on. This door was open.
Yes, it was.
Which one?
Sorry.
Door
Yes.
here was open. No. You closed it.
Yeah. No, I literally just no. Because the thing ran through
You
that way,
literally
didn't
just
it?
clicked on it to close it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
need to point out to you that when you came in here, that door was open.
Yeah. Okay,
Ah.
so I'll carry on moving Illyra on down, and then I'll come. I'm going to close this door behind me, and then I'm going to come through here. I'm going to close this door behind me. Not that I can. Hang on. Oh, darn it! There you go. Sorry. And then does the door open? It opens into the room, doesn't it? This door,
Which door?
the one right next to where I am. It opens.
That door opens into the octagonal room that you're in. Yes.
Yeah, right, okay. In that case, I close it and I lean against it and sit down
Okay.
and wedge my crowbar in underneath. I really don't want that thing opening because I know that there's a club thing, a club monster, a demon that went in through there. So I'm going to try and wedge that and put as much of my weight on there as possible.
Okay. So you know what happened. Obviously you know what happened last time.
Yeah, I'm hoping that
And
that's not going to
I'm
happen.
really not sure. There's this strong sense of foreboding amongst all of you right now. You're all not sure because you've come into this room, but it doesn't feel safe like it did before. Previously, it had the illusion of safety, but now it doesn't. Now it feels really like you're tight, like you're in a box.
Do we want to go back to the original entrance room upstairs?
Garvis,
That's a good
there's a
question.
voice in your head. I did warn you.
Jarvis is ignoring the voice in his head.
So close to being responsible for their death, Paladin.
Well, if there were any weird demons, they'd probably be working on whoever has the weakest mind of us. So that's what I was thinking. Okay. There's not a lot of prep we can do besides just sort of standing watch, do a short rest, and Reinhorn start casting. Try and
there's-
give Garvis some hit points.
Well, there's lots that we can do. I mean, as long as we don't do anything strenuous. I mean, you could just keep slicing the demons' throats that are littered around on the floor and what have you, and just, or failing that, take them into the other room and set fire to them and close the door, or just keep slitting their throats. That won't be anything strenuous unless you actually need to grind it on in and give it a good old poking around. But apart from that, yeah.
So, Illyra, you were the one who got caught out by them because you were the one stood at the back who got caught out by the body suddenly animating, and it was sudden. You pay attention to your surroundings. You're not stood there in a daze, not like Muggsy. And as a result of that, you are you were paying attention, and the bodies literally just almost like they just reformed and stood up and went. This isn't a case of you just keeping on top of them somehow. When that moment comes, and you know it will, you know it's coming.
Did the bodies just heal themselves and stand up, or did they just like reappear? They disappear on the ground and reappear standing. How did they?
It seemed like this is the best way that you can recall it, Illyra, was that the bodies, it was almost like sort of from within, they literally just were made whole, got up and attacked. It was pretty much instantaneous. I mean, if you were stood watching them, you might get the jump on them. You might.
Then I would suggest. I think that
they're still going to tackle you, and they're going to mess up your rest as well.
I think the suggestion is right. Then get them out of this room. Get them in that. Get them in this room over here.
All right, you're going to open that door, are you?
Well, let's just check that those.
What about in the old
zombie things aren't in there? Shall we first?
Garvis, what about the door that I'm leaning up against? We could always drag them and just drop them in there and then lock it.
But that's our way out. I'd rather not have them in there if we can avoid it.
Here?
But there's more of them in here, isn't there? In the big room, or are they different? No, they were different ones, weren't they? They were the exploding pussy ones.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Have they reformed? So before I open that door, is there any way we can tell?
Right.
I could get the spirit to go in if we want and explore, and
that's a good idea.
I think if we open the door, we'll soon see.
Well, yeah, but I'm not ready for a fight at the moment.
No,
got it for an hour.
but we do need to also clear the demons that were up in the corridor above us that we just come through, because they're more of those club things. So we've got to drag those down as well.
Yes,
just reminded.
I mean, all the demons that we've killed, if we can.
Yeah.
We want to lock them away if possible.
All the demons we've killed. It's going to sound a bit bonkers, but could we pick up their bits and stick it in the bag of holding?
It's not big enough.
Okay.
Is it not?
What about their heads? If we chop their heads off, no, that won't work.
All bits.
Yeah, we'll just have dirty demon heads in a bag of holding then, won't we?
And you were wondering about what happened with those extraplanar mushroom fungus things. We could try throwing the head or the hand or something of one of the demons at it and seeing what happens, keeping a safe distance. Better than one of us going in.
I think the demon that Reinhorn banished is due back any moment, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, there's not a ton of time to react.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
I fit an arrow to my bow and get ready. It's going to happen. It's coming down.
Okay.
We can move through if there's are there any gaps in the doors in this room? They're like in the hinges are underneath. Because it can fit through a space as narrow as 1 inch wide. The air elemental.
Yeah, no, not really.
Not really. Okay.
No.
We do have it for another just under an hour. So if we take a rest, we'll lose it for a bit, and then I could bring another one.
Okay.
We try and send it ahead scouting.
It's a bit damaged from the previous fight. So if it just come across a cluster of stuff, then it's probably not going to. We may end up have to clean up what's left.
Okay, which way are we going to run or attempt to exit if we suddenly get jumped?
Sorry, just a second. Reinhorn, the answer is 2. There's currently 2 bodies in here.
with
there are
us.
3 in the corridor to the north.
Okay.
And
Do
one
you want to drag
escaped.
these? Do you want to drag these 2 to the north?
No, want to drag them, so get them behind locked doors. As we got to carry on going north through the corridor, we need to drag the 3 in the corridor out of there and into the room that the spirit's close to with the 2 doors.
Okay.
It is only a part of the body that needs to be removed, shall we say?
I think
Take
it's
their
got to be
hearts
all
out,
of it.
Stick them in the back of holding.
Yeah, I think no. I think because we're unsure how they came back into being. So it could be that Garvis could literally split them in half, and then they'll regenerate somehow, or appear as a whole new whole from the 2 halves.
Okay.
So
We
it's
last week-
yeah,
That's
it's
fine, guys.
it's best off.
chopping the heads off them,
Yeah.
chopping them up.
It's best off open one of the doors into the room to our west, drag the bodies, put them in there, take them out from the corridor, put them in there, close it on up. Are there locks on the actual doors, John?
No, I just keep them locked so you don't open them accidentally.
Yeah, no, I was just wondering if we could use a spell or something to lock them if they were locked. Or if they were lockable, sorry.
Unless the casters have got locks, they're not lockable. They don't have
No.
locks on them.
Right, okay. So I'll get up from my sitting dead weight position and I'll go through into the top corridor and I'll start dragging one of them in, dumping it. Then I'll go and get the second one, drag it in, dump it. And then I'll grab the third one, drag it in, and then dump it, and then I'll have a look around, and hopefully others have started moving the 2 that were in there into the room to our west. Once I've done the 3 bodies in the corridor, I'll close that door again, okay, and then we've just got everything in this hex room, and then I'll help everybody else move whatever's left into the room to our rest.
So
to
to
the west.
confirm this, then, you guys are going to move. Hold on a second.
5 bodies.
You're going to move the 5 bodies. I'm just going to. I'm just going to move 1 representative one.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it there for no particular reason other than it's just free square. So you're going to move, and I will move it because you guys don't have access to it. It's fine.
No worries.
You're going to put it in. You're going to put it through these doors just over here, are you?
Yeah.
Mugsy, do you check there's nothing moving behind the doors before we...
Okay.
Please.
I give it the best check I can, John. Perception.
Well, actually, no. It's investigation.
I like it. Thank you.
Not
Because
investigation.
you're trying to spot something that's hidden. It's difficult, though.
Okay. There's the roll.
You can't.
Good roll.
The problem is that your senses are getting confused. You're trying to look through. You don't see any shadow, movement of shadows. But then there's no light in that room beyond that.
I can't
Just the
tell.
things can see in the dark.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
can't
difficult
tell.
to see any kind of movement. You're listening, but there just isn't really any sound that's clear that's carrying through. Could be that the contents of the room or the doors are deadening things. And so it's
All right.
just difficult.
Your mace, did it trigger off of these shambling creatures at all
It did.
before?
It did. When they came back alive, literally as soon as they came back, it went, and then Alira got splat, splat, splat.
In that case, if your mace isn't triggering, then hopefully there's nothing behind the door.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Live.
All right, John, I'll open this top one right here.
Okay,
Oh my god!
no problem. Roll initiative, please.
Okay, here we go.
Oh no!
Make sure we
I might
click
need
on our
to-
characters.
Shoot.
Oh, that's just.
Yeah, I forgot to click on my character.
Okay.
What the heck? Someone throw me out of the way.
With pleasure. 10-pin Mugsy Ball.
Jeez.
Don't ask where the thumb goes, okay?
Mm-mm. Okay. Maybe we get a surprise round.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
surprise is that the things that you knew were going to be behind the door are behind the door.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I need to take a flashback.
Exactly. And I didn't open the door. Instead, I had
Okay,
a
Delilah.
lyric class of.
Yeah. Right.
Come on, mass damage.
Just hold on
Crush
a
'em.
second.
Sorry, my initiative hasn't been done on the tracker, John. I thought I clicked my character before I went on to D&D Beyond, but clearly I didn't.
Yeah, so you got 4.12 as your initiative. Good.
Yeah,
Works really well.
yeah. Thanks, mate. Actually, no, I'm going to keep that. No, put it back to 4.12. Who wants to go on initiative 17, huh?
Okay, Delara, you can see in there. You can see this
Yeah. Oh, it's a lot of. There's things in. They're up. They're up and about.
In there.
They're up and about. Brace. Yeah, I'll move back and cast a healing word on Garvus.
one. Okay. Changed. Healing word.
Yep. I can't do a great deal else with the because a lot of the other stuff's concentration, so a bit stuck
Yeah.
with the elemental. But that should do a lot of damage, I think. Hopefully.
Got less sequence than me.
Illyra.
Well, the elemental goes next as well.
Oh, all right. Yes. Point. Okay.
So I'll tell it
Christine,
to
be
go
ready.
in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell it to go into the room and attack the demons. And
Okay. Have
prevent
fun
them
with it.
prevent them from basically try and block the door as well, to a degree, to not coming in to
Okay. Let's clear the instruction up. Is it to stand and block? Is it to stand and block the door, which would be to stand here, which would block the door, or is it to go and attack?
stand behind this other door and go through the door behind it. Stand behind this closed door and then defend the end. Yeah, defend against anything coming towards
Okay.
us.
I'm going to take the ready action then. Take the ready action to attack one as soon as it comes within range.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, fine. Just remind me. We'll get to that. Illyra.
Okay. I am.
Do it.
I lift my staff, mutter to it, and a fireball hurls
Okay.
from the end of the staff.
Right, where's it going?
It is going there.
It can't go there because you can't see that spot at the moment.
Okay, I'll take a 5-foot step to the side.
Okay, you're going to move 5 feet, yeah?
Side,
We're still playing 3E.
and I'm hurling it
Okay.
there.
You can now see. Hang on a second. You can now see. Was it this square here? Did you say?
No, this one here.
Oh, that one there. That gets all of them, does it?
Should do. 20-foot radius.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, that's cool. It's a
Yep.
spot that gets all of them. Yep, go for it.
Come on.
Oh, okay. And this is cast from my staff, so it's not being rolled or walked or anything.
Got it.
Is that wrong?
Oh, I'm seeing a few sixes there.
I'm open.
Ah, yeah.
17 dex, 41.
There you go. Put it into VT for you.
Okay. The really super cool thing is this fireball just blossoms, and when it goes, and all you hear as this fireball blossoms, all you hear from within, pop, 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 pop. And as the fireball flashes away, and your eyes, react to the brief flash of light, they've all gone. They're all down.
Nice.
Thank God that worked.
Right, toss the bodies in there.
Yeah, let's get the bodies in.
Okay, tossing.
He's grabbing bodies and throwing them in there.
Yep.
Yep. It's cool.
He's going to throw them into the goop left behind by these other demons.
Perfect.
Yep. It's fine.
The horrible disease goop.
Yep. You're not going to get too close to it. I get it. It's fine.
Right, let's shut this door.
Get them all in there. Shut this door. Which way does the door open?
The door opens into the room that you are in.
Come back through. Come back through.
Okay. Try and wedge it if we can.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have the gear to be able to do this. You can just kind of
Sit down against it. Sit down against it.
Feeling a deep sense of foreboding here.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that. I'll be honest. I've been feeling that since I actually saw that dark cloud down the south chamber, and so yeah. Phew. Right. Okay. I'll go back to. Actually, I'll pass over the. Did you say that the door here that we've just opened that opens into the hex room? Yeah.
It goes into the X room, the octagonal room. Yeah.
Yeah. The room that we're in. Right. Okay. But there's two doors. Okay. I say to Garvis here. Not body shaming, but if you lean against one and then jam this crowbar in under the second one, I'll sit against this one. We should be okay, apart from what's up in the north. But yeah.
How long does the fay last, Martin?
This is an hour, so if we take a short rest, it'll go before we end.
Okay. It'll go
It'll be
towards
there.
the end of the short rest.
Yeah.
It won't go. It's only been about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah. Before the rest finishes, it'll disappear, but it should be with us for most of it.
Okay.
Although,
And
having
then
said that, we're probably getting a little close to. Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but
What are the doors made out of, John?
starting to feel a little bit short on resources.
Sorry, Anthony. Say again.
What are the doors made out of?
Stone.
Okay.
And they're also metal bound, so they're quite robust. They're big, heavy, robust doors.
Okay. So I have a climber's kit, John, that specifically has batons. I'd like to use those to jam both under the door and in the crack that they would have to hinge open on.
Okay. So here's the deal. You can do that. That's not a problem. You take some time to do that on all of the doors, because all but one of the doors opens into this room.
All it's going to do is slow them down. I understand.
The wire is next to, and you know what's down there. Well, you don't know what's down there, but you know what's down there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you do that, but you know that won't stop someone who's determined. That.
No. All it's going to do is not let us be surprised.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm already supplied. Muggsy's actually got climbing equipment in his backpack.
I know. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, and I thought you had a whole backpack full of caltrops and flower bombs.
So I do have that, and as a thought, if Elira wants to step away from those doors, I will seed those 2 squares in front of the doors with caltrops.
No, I dropped it, I think. Sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
If you'll step 1 foot, 1 5-foot step towards me, I'll cover.
You're not sure that that's going to work because you think that the doors are very. I mean, the engineering in here and the fit and finish is very precise. You think what will happen if the doors open is they'll wash most of the caltrops away.
Ah, dang it. Okay, I see.
not
Because
that clear.
they swing into the room
That's right.
instead of out. Okay. Then I
If they
will
swung
not.
out, you wouldn't be able to pin them with your pitons, would you?
Nope. I will. So what I'll do is instead, yeah, I'm camped right where I'm at, John, with the idea that if something starts banging on the door, then I'll at least be able to prep.
Yep. Okay, who's resting and who isn't?
I'm resting.
I am not resting.
I'll rest.
Garrus needs to rest.
As far as I'm aware, I mean, Elira, if you don't mind me asking, what hit you? You weren't in the room.
No, I got hit by the gorilla. I got hit by a massive gorilla.
What? One of those big ape things that we encountered at the top of the shaft was down here?
It was down the corridor. But
Yeah, I mean, you saw it lying in the corridor afterwards, after the fight.
You went past it.
Ah, okay, so we actually went past it. Right, sorry.
Obviously, you saw
I
that.
forgot. I actually, as a player, I actually forgot about that. I thought it disappeared. Sorry, I got it in my head that it disappeared. It did like a wallop, and then Elira went eek eek, and then it went bye bye to come back another time. But instead it went hello womp womp. Elira went eek eek, and then Elira went woomph woomph, and it went there. I would imagine.
There's a highlight.
You see, I think
That
we
assumes
need
we
this
take
type
an hour's short
of yes. Unless
can
John
take an
says,
You get your short rest, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah.
Do we do it?
We do.
Okay, don't add any of this stuff to your character sheets yet, will you, folks? Because you haven't finished your short rest yet.
No.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
haven't done that yet.
I have.
No,
but
I
I
know.
can pull it off. I can pull it off easily.
Unless everybody else had and you hadn't.
I hadn't.
Okay. You've been sat around for about 15 minutes, and again, this sense of foreboding, it just really is oppressive. It's incredibly oppressive in here. It smells bad. It smells of burnt flesh, rotten demons, rancid stink. There's goop all over the floor where previously it was clean. You've tried cleaning it up, it just isn't working. You're all on edge. And that's the point at which Reinhorn's mace starts to wail.
So no short rest. That's what I'm hearing.
Your short rest is not complete yet.
Okay, let me fix this.
Yet. What are you doing?
We're only 15 minutes into it.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to lift up my my mace, and I'm going to concentrate. Whereabouts? In which direction is L audible alerting demon thing
Takes you a
coming
minute,
from?
right?
Yeah, it takes me a minute.
Takes you a minute. So,
By
just to be
which time it
precise,
crashes through the door, and we go,
He stands
"Oh,
up.
it's that way."
puts his mace above his head and sort of closes his eyes and starts concentrating while this thing is screaming and wailing as it does. Okay, so I'm just checking: is anybody doing anything, or are you just staying in? You're just holding position?
So Garvis is
I
going to
guess-
stand up and lean against this door.
Okay, so Garvis has stood up rather than sitting down. That's fine.
Yeah.
You're not
I mean,
flying anyway,
he's
so-
basically get his shield and lean, push against the door.
Shit.
I'm prepping an action to shoot an arrow through anything that pops one of the top 2 doors open.
Yeah. Okay. So you got your bow out. And you got an arrow. You got an arrow in your hand. You're ready to go, just in case. Okay. All right. Carries on.
Boomerang ready.
That minute feels like an absolute eternity.
My heart's pounding. I don't let it show, but my heart is like literally in my throat.
Above your head. Rhinehorn is above your head. Oh, hang on a second.
I look
Give me
up.
a second.
I look
Check
up.
that. How'd you like them? Hold on.
There's nothing on the ceiling, is there? Okay. So that's as per the Spellington. Known spells. Detect good and evil.
Hold on a second.
If you place an object within 30 feet, you're automatically consecrated or Right,
So
whoa,
I've checked
hang on.
something. Do excuse me for a moment, folks, and I will just check something.
So I just did a little Google, and that the tracker from Aliens you can get as an app for your phone.
No way. Oh, that would be so annoying. Especially if it gave you the distance of the caller.
Can you hear this?
It's not loud enough.
I can't hear it.
Okay.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, well.
Didn't make it to
It's hilarious.
hilarious. My phone's telling me it's dangerous.
Oh, is it?
Beep, beep, beep. Yeah.
Yeah, we could do with one of those turrets outside of these doors, but right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Special edition only. Special edition only. But who's going to be Bishop and crawl through the tunnel? That's what I want to know. Right. Okay. Yeah. So you. Yes, it's above you. It's above your head. It's coming up, and it's coming from above you. Slightly off to to the left on the map.
Okay, guys.
So it's in the floor above.
I think.
Above you and to the left. So coming down that lift shaft then.
Okay, I'm getting something. It's not immediate. It feels like it's. Oh, where are you? Come
It
on!
stops. The wailing stops.
Ah, shit. I think it was above us. It's not on the level of the complex that we're in. Whether it's trying to get down the shaft like we did, I honestly don't know. But it's within 30. It's within reach of the mace, but it's definitely above us. It disappeared just before I could decide where it was going. I'm so sorry. Look, let's just take it easy. Get Illyria and Garvish. You just concentrate on trying to get your as much back as you can. Delira, Muggsy, and myself will try and do everything, and I keep going round the doors and listening. Not where Garvis is. I don't brush against them because I don't want to jostle them. I just want to be able to put my ear to the doors and just reconfirm that there's nothing on the other side of those doors. I know that my mace will pick them up, but I feel useless. I need to do something to look after Garvis and Illyria. Well, I'll rephrase that. I need to do something to look after Illyria.
Okay. Now relax. I'm attempting to do short rest again.
Yeah, same here.
You can stand up and move around on the short rest, I'm sure. So, standing up, moving position, what have you. Just don't stub your toe.
Activity.
Yeah, non-strenuous. So getting up and moving from one side of the room to the other is perfectly fine. So technically, you've not broken Well, Alira definitely hasn't broken her long rest because she just didn't get up. She still sat down, bless her. But yeah, so I mean, for circulation and for cardio, definitely move about. Just don't trip over. Don't hurt yourself because otherwise, completely wasted. If you can stand still or just move from side to side, then that'd be fantastic. Garvis, that's absolutely brilliant. You just keep doing that and you'll be fine. You've got to keep the oxygen going to your legs, and so you just keep moving your feet and perfect, absolutely perfect. Okay, and I'm sticking my mace aloft because I'm thinking an extra 2 or 3 foot might actually make the difference between, I don't know, finding something and not. And then I bring it down, and then I listen at the doors, and then every couple of doors I put the mace up and see if it goes boom, 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 and then I go back around and checking the doors and what have you.
Bear in mind that you get 2 uses of that ability. Are you going to use it again?
No. I'm literally just, for my mind, I'm thinking it's normally down waist height.
Waving it around the air.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe if I can stick it up in the air, maybe that's an extra 4 foot. So I might be 5 foot closer to the ceiling for it to pick up something. Just pick up something from high above and what have you, and or yeah. I'll just keep every couple of doors. I'll just stick it up in the air, but I'm not going to concentrate on it. I'm not going to try and detect anything. I'm just going to see if it goes off because I know it irritates Garvis.
Who's trying to rest?
It doesn't have to be as long as he doesn't do anything strenuous. It's not going to make his ears bleed. Actually, Garvis, did it make your ears bleed?
Just to clarify, when we talk about non-strenuous, there's concentrating, I guess, is would be classed as strenuous, and would you say that's?
I think that's an interesting question.
It doesn't. I tried to look it up, and I couldn't find anything that said definitively either way.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
For long rest, definitely, because you'd be asleep. But for short rest,
is maintaining concentration sufficient effort? That's a really good question. I don't know the answer.
Yeah.
On the one hand,
It's probably.
on the one hand, I'm tempted to say you can maintain your concentration, it's not a problem because you can do other things.
Yeah.
But I would suggest that if you're taking a long rest and you want to maintain a concentration spell, because presumably that's all about maintaining the.
Yeah, I think for long rest you'd be asleep, so it wouldn't count. But if it's for a short rest where you're not asleep, then I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm tempted to say that concentration does not count as strenuous activity. I think that's what we'll stick with for now.
Thank you very much. I will go with that. So I will try and. It's not going to make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
And I'll rest to get the spirit totem recharge back as well.
Mm-hmm.
That might help in the future. Cool, good stuff. Thank you. I lose my temp hit points.
Let me just see if there's any.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so the answer is no, because the definition. Oh, the answer is yes, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
Concentration is ended by casting another spell that requires concentration, taking damage, being incapacitated or killed, or the DM might also decide that certain environmental phenomena, blah, blah, right? As a short rest, it does not require casting any spells, cause damage, inflict the incapacitated condition, kill you, or cause any environmental phenomena. It does not end concentration. That seems like a reasonable way of looking at it.
Yep. I said I'd let a look and it didn't definitively mention resting in there. Although for long rest, like if you're asleep, I'm not concentrating on spells, but yeah, okay, good stuff.
But I mean, actually, this is a great. So this is a Stack Exchange answer. So rpg.stackexchange.com, and there's 42 upvotes for yes and 0 upvotes for no. So
All players.
It just goes to show.
All players with spell
I was just going to say, it just goes to show, though, that you've got something as simple as a concentration spell that's covered exhaustively throughout the whole of the DMG, the PHB, and yet short rest they still overlook some things. But obviously, you can't answer everything all in one book, can you? So,
on a 9th level spell or something.
The DM's discretion on this table is, you can maintain concentration.
Yeah.
You do like a 9th level spell. You could say that would be quite strenuous to maintain control over something of that level.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you're like 18th level or 17th level, hugely high level spells, you've got the mental capacity to do it, haven't you? So.
You could get a bit of flavour, depending on.
Flavour's good.
I can see pros and cons both ways, but as far as I'm concerned, you can maintain concentration.
Good. I'll take that. Thank you.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think short rest will actually take less than 1 real world hour?
That is a perfectly valid question. That's entirely up to you. About another 10, 15 minutes goes by, and Reinhorn, your mace goes off again. Is everybody doing as before?
Garvis is going to stay where he is.
Just
Was Reinhorn waving his mace wildly in the air when it went off?
Okay.
Well, that's the question, wasn't it? No.
He'd gone back and sat back down against the door. Reinhorn, there is an enormous bang against the door. Something hits the door.
I think it's downstairs.
What are you doing?
The door that Reinhorn is sitting in front of.
That's right. The door that Reinhorn is in front of,
Polymorph into a giant ape, and I'm going to sit down.
You're going to polymorph?
No, because I need that spell. I've only got one spell slot, and I'm not going to waste on a polymorph. I don't know. I'm just going to try and get as much leverage as I can, and basically I'm going to put my back into that door. I'm going to pray to my goddess and just say, look, if ever is times that's needed, please, give me some leverage to make sure that this door stays where it should be. Don't fuck me now, goddess.
PG-13 stream, mate.
18.
Okay. I smell that acrid burning smell again.
Yeah, I farted.
Do I remember what that is, John?
I farted. I'm not ashamed.
Recognize that, John?
You don't recognise it, but something strong is definitely burning. You can smell it. And as you get over towards Reinhorn, you smell it much more clearly. Nobody else smells anything at this point.
This is not like what I've smelled on the other ones before. This may be a new something, guys.
There's something's on fire.
Something's on fire back there.
It's on fire.
Oh, is the door getting warm on my back? Oh, sorry. Did Muggsy actually say that out loud?
I did.
Yes, Muggsy did say that out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, you can all you sort of Reinhorn, you get up, you look at the door. You're a bit concerned about about something being on the other side of it, so you're careful to keep your foot up against it. You look down at your toes, and there's tiny little wisps of smoke. Tiny, almost imperceptible wisps of smoke coming from underneath.
That wasn't a very big room.
No, but we don't want smoke coming on under the door either, do we? Right. Okay.
Your mace stops howling.
God damn it. Okay. Garvis is now behind me. I say, Garvis, can you get a shirt or a spare pair of trousers out of my backpack? We'll jam it under the door.
Okay, I'll do that.
There's smoke coming on through.
really, really nasty. This smoke,
I think
really nasty.
I think they're trying to smoke us out. They've thrown something down that shaft that's something burning.
Maybe it was a demon that was still alive.
It's a harmless sensory effect. It can't actually do anything practical. For it to do something practical, Muggsy, you need like a gust of wind spell or something of that nature.
Yeah, that's what I was double checking.
Well, someone has gust of wind. You've got gust of wind, haven't you? With a cantrip?
I do have gust of wind.
Don't really want to open it just in case that thing's. Mind you, my mace is stopped.
Is it possible to blow
It could
the
be
smoke
dead.
back out the door with gust of wind?
I can give it a try.
Do we want to burn
Are
slots
you gonna
though?
are you going to burn through your spell slots?
Yeah, I
No,
don't
it's
mind wasting a pair of trousers. I honestly
It's
do
a
not mind.
cantrip.
Ah,
It's
okay.
a
In that case, in that case,
Dude, just away.
in that case, Garvis, put the trousers back. Then I think Illyria's coming up with a plan. I like Illyria's plans.
The only thing about gust of wind, of course, is that it is quite potent. So
Okay.
Does she have to bend over to cast it?
No, Muggsy does.
Oh, Muggsy. Okay.
I don't have it.
Garvis just
The
grabs hold
problem
of
is,
Muggsy.
casting spells will end your short rest.
Yeah.
You are currently. Oh, there you go.
That is gust.
Mm-hmm. That's better than gust of wind. Gust of wind is a bit too powerful.
That's nice.
Well, I mean, it can blow a medium-sized creature back 5 feet, so it's still pretty powerful.
That should be enough to push this stuff back through.
Yeah, but
It's
I
a nice
don't
trip,
want
actually.
people to lose their short rest.
Christine, that's the cantrip to have as an immediate reaction in your thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the one. It's in there as an immediate reaction.
Yeah, that's the immediate response. That's the cantrip that you want. You just go boom and force things back by 5 feet. Comes towards you, and you just go oh. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, right. The only thing is, casting a spell is going to break your long rest.
Well, how much of this is coming through? Is this where we can just deal with it for long enough?
Ryan has just taken out some rags and has jammed them under the door, and it's certainly stopped it. There's a little sort of miasmic cloud in the corner where Reinhorn is by the door.
And how close to the end of our 1 hour rest are we?
About halfway through.
I'd say we'll leave it for the time being.
Let's leave it for another 10 minutes and see where we are.
All right.
If
You
after
guys
10
owe
minutes
me.
we don't cast gust, then I can cast it very quickly without any worry.
All right.
I keep a listen out,
So-
and I don't leave that door now.
Reinhorn gets down and he keeps pushing the trousers that he's put at the bottom of the door.
Wet that down.
A little bit of smoke, little wisps of smoke keep coming through every now and again, and they're making you choke, Reinhorn.
Yeah.
Very-
Okay.
They're catching at the back of your throat, whatever it is they threw down to burn. It's nasty.
I'm going to do. I'm going to do as Muggsy says. So I'm going to turn around and I'm going to pee down the door and on the rag.
Perfect.
I'm not wasting
You're going to
water.
get a water skin out. You're going to wet the rag. Yeah. Okay.
What?
Okay.
No, I need that water. I might not get another chance. I need that water in my water skin to cast command water.
I've been filling that with pee for days, so you're not really.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it. I thought it smelled like bourbon.
Well, that's a problem I have.
I thought it was lager, but you know.
No, I smelt it. It smells more like bloody Cheerios. I pour the water skin on the rug, on the rags, and then try and clump it in a little bit more.
It is having an effect, and again, you all sort
If Muggsy, smell my fingers.
you wait intense, and you just can't tell what's happening on the other side of that door. You know, there's the odd little sort of whiff, you know, kind of little bit of smoke that makes it round, but not very much, and you're all just sat there, you know, willing whatever it is and slowly, after 10 minutes have gone by, that you seem to have hit a peak of it, and then a further 10 minutes go by, and you get the distinct impression that it's probably fading. It may be that the fire is burning out. 50 minutes into your long rest, and the Fae appears.
Oh well, Mugsy there. We'll meet again.
And then the mace starts wailing.
Again?
There's a bang on the door behind you. Something's trying to get through. It's not having any success, but it's trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Some things, maybe.
Well, can someone
Bar the other one?
Yeah.
I look over at Reinhorn. And he seems to be busy with his door, so as small as I am, I'll still push on it.
You're just not heavy enough really to do it. You're going to need some help from someone else.
Mugsy, switch with me. Switch with me. Just make sure that these rugs don't get pushed out, and just keep wetting them as and when you can. I go over and I hold Garvis's hand and go, me and you, buddy, all the way. Come on, we can do this.
Okay. Reinhorn and Garvis, whatever is on the other side of this door, for a good couple of minutes, just basically hammers and hammers and hammers the side of the door, and all you've got is this screaming wail from this mace. Really quite annoying. And then abruptly it stops.
Oh, man.
Let's just hope that thing's not got opposable thumbs. I'm dreading that thing's come down. This is not a very... Oh, no. Come on. Dear goddess, come on. Heed my prayers. Get us through this.
So
you can do this. Come on.
By the way, Rob, I'm not sure whether we should be able to see your screen or not. We just see your avatar at the moment.
On what?
On Discord.
Yeah. I think the Discord stream and the streamy stream and the gamey stream all kind of had an effect on my thing. So I'm just going to be voice at the moment because you can't really see anything anyway apart from the thing. So.
On Twitch, it's running just fine.
Yeah, I managed to do it, and there's a slight dragon issue that because I turned into a dragon at one point, but now I'm back into a Reinhorn-sized person. So my goddess obviously imbued me with scales and wings at some point, and then I came back.
Confusing the viewers.
I know. It's just fantasy D&D all the way through, isn't it? But yeah.
Okay, guys, I've got to just say this just briefly. The only thing this is something I never ever thought I would say. Right, I just never thought this was going to be possible in the history of anything. But I need to charge my socks.
What? Hang on. Time out. Right, okay. For this, we demand an immediate finish of the short rest. What the hell are you on about? Socks? Charging?
Socks of flight or something.
Socks of warmth.
Same principle. Yeah.
Manufactured and imbued with the molten cores of some long forgotten volcano. It's set deep in the Dwarven Kingdoms.
Reinhorn, you can hear the things moving around, and you hear the occasional muffled thump and strange sort of guttural sounds coming from behind the doors. But Garvis, you're like, now screw this. I'm absolutely determined. And you turn to him, and he's folded his arms up, and he's got this face of absolute thunder, which you can barely see because of his helmet he's wearing. He's got his shield here, he's got his axe in the other hand, and he's sitting there, and you can see that there's this concentration sort of standing out in his face, and this absolute look of, like, if he doesn't get his nice little rest, he's going to be cheesed off. And then he just seems to relax, and you notice that his wounds are healing. Some of his bruises just seem to be improving, and his overall movement and everything else just seems to improve. Okay, long rest complete.
Short rest.
Long, short.
Hey.
Short rest complete.
Short rest. Yeah.
Cash, thank you very much for the
Not in these circumstances.
thank you very much for the subscribe. I really do value your monthly subscription. You're absolutely fantastic. Hope baby Lincoln is doing absolutely great. I'm glad Mum's back from the hospital as well. I hope you don't mind me saying your baby's name live on Twitch and YouTube. I think you're a great guy, and thank you very much. Yeah, 2 whole months. Way to go, man. Thank you very much. Stay tuned in with the content, because this is my normal Tuesday night group. We're doing a live stream, A, to see how it goes, and B, to make sure it's constant and what have you. But this is roleplay D&D at its finest. Kinda. Sorry guys, Cash just resubscribed for another month, so I had to shout him out. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Right, so
Awesome.
Garvis, are you doing toilets or?
Yeah, can we go to a break for?
All right, I think that's an ideal moment just to have a quick break. Just
Oh, fantastic! No worries.
Bye.
Cash. Well, it's just me and the streamers now, because I muted Discord and everybody else has gone for a break. Me, I've run out of Fireball. I can't believe it. But there you go. So I hope everything's going okay for you. I haven't been onto the game for a little while, and mainly because of the fact that everything else has gone upside down in the world of bugs. So to try and get back on the computer and whatnot. But yeah, I haven't forgotten about you, honest. And I was thinking about you and the family all over the weekend as well. So yeah, I hope everything's fine. I know you've already had some and what have you, but you know, you can't say to me that getting back into the stride of things is like second nature. I don't know if I would be able to do it right now. But there you go. It does, mate. It very much does, and yeah. I mean, I know you've got more than the one child, but yeah, your wife. It's not like she can do everything straight away, unless she's superhuman. You know, in which case, then yeah, that all look after the missus, look after the kids, and what have you goes out the window, doesn't it? But I'm so made up for you, mate. I really am. So congratulations. And this is what I look like on a Tuesday night. This is literally the image of my character that I play on a Tuesday night. Apart from the fact that I seem to be in jeans and black shirt. I don't know why, but there you go. So here's my that's my picture, which actually which doesn't look that far off from my avatar, does it? Apart from the fact that he's a little bit more chiseled and a little bit more, I don't know, dangerous looking. Super sexy with a goatee. Certainly got more hair than I have in real life, that's for sure. I know, right? I couldn't get the hair on the avatar to be quite as long as it needs to be, but there you go. There you go. Right, I think half of us are back. So just waiting for the other two. Yeah, he's not got his headset on. So I'm going to reconnect Discord now, so you can hear everything. Because what I'm ramping up to is a completely unabridged version. I honestly don't know whether we're going to stream Well, I know we're going to stream it on a Tuesday night, and other nights that I also do other role play events. But I don't know whether we're going to keep it and all the rest of it. So yeah, so we'll just go for it.
I think it's important that these are available online on certainly on YouTube and Twitch afterwards.
Well, if you want us to, I mean, YouTube will always be there for anyone to watch and download. Might have to do a one-off special where we can explain further the adventures so far. But I mean, I could maybe try and do that myself on a chat screen. Just sort of like bring people back up to where we were. But moving forward,
85, 90 sessions to catch up.
Exactly. So it'll just be a downsized summary of, well, we attacked this with some farmers and guards. People imitated us. Muggsy thinks he's fucking royalty. And just deservedly too. Illyria's a badass with fireballs. And then we went to here, we did this, we did that, and that'll basically be what it is. But, you know, I think for anyone watching new who quite likes roleplay, I think that they might appreciate the backstory up to when we started. You know, hopefully when this area is finished, and then we have that time before we move on to the next bit of the project. I think that's where we can basically start from scratch type thing. But yeah, I mean, if we could carry on doing this on a Tuesday night, I think that's absolutely fantastic. You know, and absolutely. You don't know what traffic that you'll get. I do need to stick something up at the end of it with reference to credits and things like that, and I need to find a screen that I can put that up. But everything that I've got for the stream is all free issue. It's copyright free. There's nothing dodgy, you know, at all. So yeah. I'm very passionate about making sure that I don't piss somebody off. Because I ain't got the money to defend myself. and an excuse of, honestly, my lord, I thought it was free to use is not an excuse nowadays, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm not so concerned about being sued. I'm concerned. My concern is that this stuff gets taken down. So we you know, make something and it gets taken down. That's where my concern is.
Also, I mean, going back and watching campaigns and catching up on things I've missed, and if I can't, you know, I'm a few episodes behind on other campaigns I need to catch up on. So having them there to watch and catch up on is good. I do appreciate that when people do that.
Yeah, I mean, for us as players, I know we take notes. I mean, it might not look on Discord that we take notes because, right, okay. So the setup, guys, is we got the Roll20, we got the D&D Beyond, okay, which you guys are seeing. I'm going to switch to D&D Beyond now, okay. But what you're not seeing is we've got live video feeds on Discord. So if you came in on the Discord, then you wouldn't see us. Normally, when I stream, I'm in the streaming chat section. But we're in the live game section for Dungeons and Dragons, only because, you know, I mean, if I pulled you on in, you wouldn't be able to talk. You would just be able to listen, which is fine. I haven't got an issue with that. Okay. But if you're watching on stream anyway, you can hear everything that's going on. But for us, we can actually see each other. So we can see the expressions that each of us are actually performing, especially when I say a swear word and Martin giggles. You know, which is always great. I love to see the guy giggle, you know. So yeah, but you guys don't see that because I've taken the approach of literally just having their portraits with their names on there because some people might be shy, you know. So don't want to disrespect anyone or you know, for any reason whatsoever. So that's why we've got the setup that we have. Now, the stream, after we finished, for us as players, the last 5 minutes of the stream, we can get a recap ready for the next Tuesday night of how we actually left it. Because yes, we do take notes, but sometimes, like tonight, I haven't actually, well, actually, I did read my note, but it was like 10 minutes into the game where I pulled up my notes and I went, that's what it was. Right, okay, not a problem. So, I think having a vlog, or is it a vlog or a vblog? Blog would be fantastic for us. A vlog, yeah, a vlog would be fantastic.
Well, I think it's great that we've got those details. Then you can all see how terrible I am at maintaining consistency.
I don't think your consistency is an issue, young man. I think I think it's more about, I don't know. I'll think of something in a minute.
All right. That has improved things somewhat. You can still hear Garvis and Reinhold when you're leaning against these doors. You can still hear movement on the other side.
Okay. Well, as soon as Garvis and Alira look like they're A-OK, I mean, I'm looking at both of them from time to time, all the way through the whole, for however long it takes. But when I get the nod, primarily from Garvis, because no disrespect, Alira's not the person that's in front. So Garvis has got to convince me that he's okay. And when Garvis gets back...
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm here. I'm just off camera. I mean, when they're banging on the door, is the door actually moving?
A little tiny bit, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is that Muggsy drove some spikes in around the door, so it's going to take a moment to get through anyway. But you guys are sat there, and still sat there.
Man, at some point we just got to get out of here.
It's got to be quick. We've got to do something sooner rather than later. I don't know how much more my back's going to take with this bloody pounding on this door. What's it like over there, Muggsy? I don't know why I'm whispering. I think it's because I think the demons are actually alive in that room behind us. So again, I don't know why I'm whispering. I don't know why I'm whispering. They know we're in here. They can't get out.
Yeah. Well, no one's pushing through this door, and it looks like, barring John saying differently, that the smoke has died down to some extent.
No, it has. It's gone now.
The thing is, the way I see it is, these demons are coming from somewhere, and they've been here for a long time. They've been here since the cataclysm. There must be some connection to the demonic plane. Now, some sort of rent in space, or some item or something that is holding that open, because it's not natural for there to be a way through. The question in my mind is, do we push on to try and find what is anchoring them to this place? Or do we leave, try and make our way out? Because we're all getting very much, I think, to the end of our resources.
So, just to throw out an option, not because we overthink everything, but all of us collectively taking care of each other, do we think that we could maybe get some information from that thing down there?
We will not treat with evil.
I don't have to treat with it. we just okay. So
It would only tell us what it wants us to know.
Garvus, what mistakes you make. You'll be responsible for all of their deaths.
Something we did find in the at the gate mechanism when we found we powered the gate mechanism up. There was that triggered a summoning portal. So whether the power is feeding something as well.
Well, we know from the journal of the I can't remember his name. The man who basically put all these golden wires in place.
Yeah.
That the demons were around and
Even then, yeah,
back then. So yeah,
we can't let them escape. Whatever we do, we can't let them escape into the
and this
into the wider
black
world.
cloud has obviously been there and been trapped for quite a while, I think.
Okay, so what's our way out?
I think we have to go back up the corridor and discover those 2 rooms that we haven't
Yeah.
looked at yet.
Yeah, let's do
leave this alone.
Mhm.
We can't let evil loose.
No,
We must shut it down. That duty.
I agree. Kinda. Yeah, no, I agree.
But knowledge is power and all that. I look over to Lyra. Even if we're treating, I use air quotes, something evil, if we're just getting information from it and leaving it locked up, surely one of you guys is smart enough to find a little bit of information out of it.
You can tell it's lies, but mixed with truth. That's all we can expect. And how do we tell the difference?
The same mistakes again, Garvus. You're ignoring the obvious. You know your ignorance. All you have to do is speak to me.
Well, maybe we 3 magic users could go talk to him.
There is nothing it could say that you could trust. It will use
I wouldn't trust it.
our action to its benefit. It has.
Okay.
It does not care for us. It only cares for itself and to be released.
seems to only have the power of words as well.
Occurs to you, Garvus, is that obviously it must have some form of it must have some way of having insight into things that are happening beyond where you were. Yeah? So beyond its cage, it must have some form of insight.
Yes.
The other thing is you notice it did speak to you for a certain distance and then it stopped, it shut up. Whether it was shut up because it was deliberately shutting up or whether it was shut up because you went out of range of whatever this power is that it's using to talk to you. Telepathic power that it's using.
Yep.
None of the rest of us know it's talking to Garvus.
No, and Garvus is not letting on that it is talking because
Yeah, sorry, yeah, just, yeah.
as far as Garvus is concerned, Muggsy would be. I mean, he's already half inclined to talk.
Garvis is really hopeful that it's not talking to Muggsy at the moment. What's starting to worm its way into your mind is maybe it's talking to some of the others. Maybe it's talking to Muggsy, for example, and he's not letting on.
Well, and actually, we know that Muggsy's spoken. It's spoken to Muggsy because before we went into that corridor and into the into the mushroom room, Muggsy did say about letting him out and what have you, because he knows that he can help us. So we know that Muggsy must have received some form of communication, but whether it's still going on or not, no, we don't know.
So if I look across at Garvis, and Garvis is staring at me with that intense, suspicious look that he always has, I do what I always do. I give him that charming smile that I know makes him happy.
What have you? And as soon as Reinhorn sees that smile, what have you done?
Nothing.
Lara shakes her head.
Really?
There's a lot of. Maybe we shouldn't talk to this thing. If you guys are getting all jittery just because we're talking about talking to it, maybe we really aren't up to dealing with talking to something like this.
So
the way Garvis sees it is that he's always been at the forefront of protecting his friends' bodies. And now he's trying to protect their souls.
So one thing I will say is that there's this idea that's tickling all of you, which is every time you've come across demons before, and all the experience that you've had with fighting demons, you've known that they've made their way into the world through some portal or some crack in the planes that they've managed to get through. But
Not my crack.
they've never sort of recovered before. They've never popped back into existence. You destroy their physical bodies, or you damage their physical bodies sufficiently, and their demonic essence is forced back to the abyss. But for you right now, that's not what's happening. You're destroying their physical bodies, or you're seriously damaging their physical bodies, and then their demonic essence, rather than being cast back to the abyss, is just coming straight back, almost like it's stuck somehow.
This is why I think there's some sort of anchor.
Or bleed through with the extraplanar mushrooms, because they shouldn't have been here.
If we can close this gate, crack, portal, whatever, to the abyss, then when they're defeated, they should stay there. Go back to the abyss and stay there.
I hope so. Anyway.
So could it be the big demon that was in the ship? I mean, he looked very intimidating. Or do you think it's something more along the lines of there's another room that's got a rune etched into the flooring that needs a blood sacrifice to stop it?
I think we need to keep going. I think we need to keep going down that corridor, the rooms we haven't seen.
Okay.
We're missing something.
We're waiting for you, Garvis. So when you feel fine,
there might be something under those mushroom puffball things.
Do you want a healing potion, Garvis? Well, I've got one. If you'd find it useful.
We'll see for now. Okay. Keep it in reserve. You may need it.
Shall we? I look at my portable sundial watch that's not working. That must be at least an hour.
Yeah, we've got it. But let's move on.
That's what that trace is back up again.
Right. So,
Are we ready for me to open this door?
where are you going?
I get in position.
Mm-hmm. Boomerang at the ready.
You're doing this in full possession of the knowledge that there's things behind you, yeah?
Oh,
Yep.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Over through here.
We're hoping that
Yeah,
it gives us
you're
literally.
hoping not.
Yeah, we're hoping that the door jam bits stop them until we can all get out into the corridor.
I mean, the other possibility is that, do we have some means of, if they're all bunched up in there, Illyra, do you have something that could take them out quickly?
I seriously think we need to move on. I have very little left to offer by way of...
So, Illyra, you are acutely aware of the fact that your primary artillery spell is Fireball.
Yeah.
And you're acutely aware of the fact that these demons are resistant to fire. They're not immune to it, but they are resistant. And you are also aware that they are much tougher than the last lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you going, Muggsy?
I'm inching up this hall towards the doors we haven't seen yet.
Okay.
See inside. We're just trying to get a little bit of
All right.
knowledge
Which do you want
before.
to look through?
Well, I'm aiming for this one.
Okay. I shall unlock it then.
Okay.
All right.
So I do the whole study and investigate.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you look the
then-
door over. I mean, these doors, you're starting to buy into what Garvis said. The chances of these things being trapped or having any issues is, as far as you can tell, pretty much nil. You would notice, you think, any extraneous thing that's been added to the door. These all look just standard. All the doors look the same. The handles look the same. The latches look the same. I mean, the engineering is high quality.
And you said that we couldn't, we could not use Mage Hand to open these doors because they were too heavy.
No, they're too heavy.
Correct? All right. Then I take out my, let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. Since they're not stopped with everything, I'll push it open with my crowbar just to keep out of grabbing range. And I'll have my short sword in the other hand.
Okay, open it when you're ready.
Okay.
You're gonna need, I'm gonna move you forward, right? Okay. You
Okay.
can move yourself. Okay. So
Do we not want?
Okay.
very similar to the other corridor that you came down, but shorter, with a door at the end.
Okay. I scramble back down here and say, look, it's a hall, 5, 10, about 30 feet-ish long with a door at the end of it. Narrow, 5-foot wide corridor. Did I see how tall it is?
Yeah, I mean, all the ceilings in here, in general, have been sort of 15 feet.
Ladies.
Copy.
I would say let's keep going the through the big doors at the end.
All right. I do
Big
another quick
doors.
investigation. So, fine. Do you want to just pop
Closing these
babies?
doors. As I'm the
Okay.
last one through, John, I'm going to close these two doors from the room that we were just in.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to stay
occasional
just here at this
thud
door.
dies away as you walk up this corridor.
I'm sorry? What dies away?
The occasional muffled thud dies away as you walk up this corridor.
Is the mace stopped wailing?
Oh,
The mace is still wailing.
That's so irritating.
it could be coming from there.
Could be humming in from ahead. Could be humming. I mean,
There.
coming from over here. There's obviously
Yeah.
the
They might have
we
actually
killed.
have already broken out from here, and they could be in here.
Mm-hmm.
So, without thinking too much, these open inwards, outwards.
They open into the corridor
Ugh.
towards you.
All right. So, is it a handle that I can just turn and pull open and step backwards?
Exactly the same as all the other double doors that you've been through.
All right, then that's what I do.
2 other sets of double doors. In fact, there's more than that.
And I step back.
Oh, bingo! No, you step forward. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. This room has no visible bad guys in it. Let me just do something because it seems to be only giving you. Okay. All right. Bugsy, I'm moving you.
Okay.
I'm moving you back. Have we got a weird artifacting thing going on again? I don't know.
Oh, the floor lines.
Okay, so let me explain. What you have got is a room that is rises to a height of about 25 feet, based on just inside the door. This entire side of the building of the room is a raised platform. It's about 8 feet up.
On the other side of this.
So what you've got here is a chain that stops people who are up on the platform from falling off it onto the ground.
Okay.
Basically like a little chain fence. And at this end, you've got a set of steps that go up onto the platform. From your vantage point, neither you nor Garvus can see exactly what's up here, but it looks like there's a couple of seats and some kind of table, but you can't see the details of that.
We can't see what these things are.
No, because you're both too short.
I'll guard the door. You go and have a look around.
Okay.
This looks like a dead end. So, Garvus is.
Yeah, Muggsy, you can't see any other exits, Muggsy. Unless there's a secret door somewhere or something of that nature, you can't see any other exits.
Understanding the speeds of the essence, I just do a quick cursory look to see what these things are.
Okay, I'm going to explain just a second. So what you've got here is a table, and on that table is a map. It's actually not like a paper map. It's some kind of machine, but you're not exactly sure what. But basically, you've got a big, hefty tabletop, which has got this mechanism embedded within it, and there's a beautifully chased out. Initially, you sort of think it's enamel, but then you realise it's probably like sheets of glass, and there's actually light coming from underneath it. Okay, and then here, in front of each of these seats, they're big, heavy seats, but in front of each of them are these what look like crystal balls. They're like globes. They're like scrying balls. And as you look at them, you can see that they have a sort of misty projected within them. Again, is this spherical map.
Okay. Illyra,
again, they seem to be
come
powered.
check.
Oh, by the way, there's light in here as well. That's the other thing.
What was that? There's lights in here.
Yeah.
Illyra, come check out these balls.
I can't resist that request.
So to speak.
I go.
Yeah, I mean, Illyra, this is some pretty heavy technology. This is something that you've never seen before. This is, the application of magic to technology, and you don't really. It's not really clear to you exactly how these work. But what you have are these. It's effectively like a scrying ball. It's like a scrying orb, but within it is a map. Now, there's nothing on the map. The general sort of shape of it suggests it might be local here, but the features just don't add up to anything. Muggsy, the map that you're looking at on that table, fantastic looking thing, large, capacious, and you spot a couple of things that could be local features, but you're not entirely sure. There is an area in the center in which there's a fixed light, but there's nothing else. It's just kind of on, but there's nothing else here. You do notice the table itself has got these four big stout legs. You're not quite sure what it's made out of. The legs look like they're made out of some kind of wood. But the top is glass.
I touched the surface.
Other things. Okay. It's cool to the touch, but not cold.
And nothing lights up or anything when I mess with it?
No, doesn't seem so.
I touch the spot where the light is.
Okay. Slightly warmer.
I look over to see if Illyria is watching me.
No, I'm much
And then
more
Please.
this monitor that I'm looking at. So I'm looking to see if anything looks like it comes loose.
I look under the table.
Direction.
Okay. This thing actually, this table isn't really a table. It looks like it almost looks like it's bolted to the ground.
Okay.
And you think there's probably, I mean, it's receiving power from somewhere. So you think there's probably some of these power traces that you've seen before, you know, coming up possibly within the legs. You think perhaps the legs are hollow. They're big, they're hefty things. They're like 2 feet square. You know what? D&D 1 needs more than anything else, don't you? 6th edition, as we're not supposed to call it. It needs to move from imperial measurements to SI units, mate.
Imperial measurements give it an old-fashioned
2 meters squares.
old-fashioned feel.
What do you mean pounds?
Hey, Hallie.
Stone.
How you doing?
The only pounds
Welcome
in
to the
game
stream.
should be what a barbarian does to an orc.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll come in and have a look as well. And
Okay.
do I see anything?
Sorry?
Do I recognize anything from the glimpse from that book that I saw of the flat top area, the mountain, the machine that I got a quick glimpse of before the bookkeeper took it away?
No.
Interesting.
I mean, the three of you are just sort of, you know, you're exchanging the odd word, and you're pretty sure that this would have been some kind of control room for the for communicating with the airships and knowing where the airships were and how they were moving around. You know, so you've kind of worked out. Well, I mean, it's for all three of you, it's absolutely stunning. You know, as a thing, it's incredible. But obviously, although it's powered up at the moment, it doesn't seem to be doing anything. Presumably because there's no airships around. And the problem is, of course, is that I mean, there are some indications that are kind of somewhat similar. The ground might be somewhat similar in some areas, but also, Delara, you think that maybe that installation was secret.
And
that
makes sense as well. It makes sense from what we've seen.
It probably wouldn't be on a publicly or an easily available map.
Yeah.
All right.
Does anything happen when I'm sort of studying this keyboard area, this monitor area? Anything that moves?
Keyboard monitor? You mean these scrying orbs?
That's
with the maps like these?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anything happen?
Any switches around? Will the ball move in any way, shape, or form?
Okay, so when you put your hand close to it, you can feel a very, very light sort of tingling. And when you move your hands, I mean, you just try this. You just move your hands, the map moves, and you actually think that what you're seeing here is like a continuous, detailed map surface. So it's not the globe. It's just it's a movable map. Unlike the other one's fixed, this one appears to move. But it doesn't appear to be any detail on it.
How does it move? What's holding it in place? This crystal ball. thing.
Okay.
That was my
So
next
the ball
question.
doesn't, map inside moves. So basically, whatever is causing this map to be projected on the inside of the ball, inside surface of the ball, of this crystal ball, when you move your hands, literally just by moving them, it moves. And thinking about it and the intent, it moves. So literally just having your hands there close to and basically going, I want this to move, it moves. Okay?
Okay.
So we can't pull one of these off. So Muggsy gets bored. I'm heading out.
Yeah, no, I mean, they are mounted into brass fittings and they are hefty. I mean, you could probably get one out, but it would take you probably an hour and but not breaking would be kind of hard.
I'm going to move over to the map. I'll pull out my sketchbook and make a quick rough sketch of what we've got there as quick as I can.
No worries.
Can I try and see if I can find this? If I touch the globe and just the orb, and then try and I know how the scrying spell. I know the scrying spell, but I don't have it equipped. I was thinking, can I try and use it to see if I can find this location?
This isn't scrying. This is.
Oh, it's not. It's similar kind of orb. Yeah.
This is. It's like a scrying orb, but it's not.
Okay, it's not the same thing. Okay,
It's
it doesn't work if I try that.
Play around with it for a minute. You saw it what Allura did, and you play around with it for a minute and move the map around. The problem you've got is when you think you've got a fix on a location, you then realise you haven't, because the surface world has changed so much that certain things are just not as clear. You think that somebody who knows how to map the two things together and who's got experience with this would know what to do. They'd have a very good idea. But as it stands with what you've got here, it's
It's not a scrying orb. It just looks similar.
I'm watching, Muggsy.
I'm waiting, hoping the rest of them will come down. I look back over my shoulder.
There's nothing else in this room other than basically this map table and the two crystal orb scrying areas then, really. And the chairs.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, after I finish doing
But you were looking for a map, so there's a map.
Yes, which I have sketched. Have I ever finished sketching that yet or not?
You've sketched it, yes. I mean, you've sketched it out, but you're just not going to get the level of detail in the same way. You've taken a sketch of it, but it's you think that this would be valuable, and probably if you could remove it and take it with you, that would be very useful.
Is there? I'm going to look underneath the table. Is there a way that it looks like it would come loose easily? I
mean, the thing has been bolted together. It's got this brass frame around it and all the rest of it. You need to unbolt it.
How big's the table?
That's not really your expertise in terms of those things, but it isn't for any of you really. But you think between you could probably work out. Probably take you about half an hour or so to work out how to disassemble it, and probably if you got rid of the pointless brassware that you've put in your bag of holding, you could probably. You think this thing would come into sections, and you could probably stuff it in the bag of holding.
Delira, can you get Garvis to come see if he can give us a hand?
Yep. Garvis, Alira's asking for you.
Okay.
Something heavy.
I'll show him the map and the bolts and things. This would be very valuable to us. Is there a way to get
this is what you came for.
it loose? This is what we came for.
Map, yeah. But are there any names on this map of places?
You notice that there are markings, but you don't recognise what the language is or anything else like that. So you think there are locations on there, and you think this, the one in the centre has got to be you. So you think it's and looking at it, you think possibly one of the others is Jaegers. But you can't read whatever is.
And go for it.
So
Are you casting that?
that help me?
Sorry?
Would that help me in any way, shape, or form?
Says you can read any.
You understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface on which the words are written.
Yeah.
It takes about 1 minute to read one page of text. The spell doesn't decode secret messages in a text or a glyph, such as an arcane sigil that isn't part of a written language.
Go for it.
Well,
I mean, it's written in a language you don't recognise.
Yeah, and that
Yeah, but exactly. That's the whole point of the spell.
it would
Yes,
take.
so yes. The answer is yes. I thought.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to cast. It's going to take about 30 minutes to get it loose. I will cast that.
Mm-hmm.
It'll take me 10 minutes to do. So
you cast it, and yeah, I mean, one of the labels. Most of the rest of the labels you don't really recognise the names of, but definitely one of them is Jaegers, and so this map is what you are looking for. You take this, and this will unlock details of all of the.
So, what was the name of the place where the machine was?
Ooh,
Does everyone remember?
let me find it. But, I mean, I did have a look at it, and I didn't see anything that looked familiar based on.
So this is the area more around Jaegers and a little bit further beyond. There is right at the southern tip of the map. There is a name that you recognise, which I need to remember because I'm having a moment.
Kuinor was the.
It's Doldoran, which is, of course, where the university was.
Yeah.
So Doldoran is on this map, right at the bottom of this map. It seems you're assuming this is like the area that this thing was covering. This location was covering. You think it would be, perhaps other places around that would be,
right. Well, just to say, out of game here, D&D has just decided to dump me out, so I've not got my character sheet at all at the minute. So don't ask me to cast
D&D Beyond.
Do anything. Yes.
Okay.
It's kicked me out, and it will not let me get back into my character sheet.
Coming up with the beholder saying, "Try again after a shot."
Oh, I
Not
got that the other day.
I can get to that screen, but it won't let me get to my
I
character
see.
sheet.
So it takes you to the front page.
Yeah.
Right, but that's on a different system.
Yeah, it's just.
Let me see if I can get to your character.
Yeah, no, it's not working. Anyway, I mean, the spell doesn't require a roll, so
No.
if you just say you cast it.
Well, I've already done
It
that.
doesn't. It's fine.
That's when it dumped me out.
Sorry, you already cast it. That's why I'm giving you the names.
Okay. So Doldoram, we've got Jaegers.
Kuinor was the Lantern of Light.
There was a name for it though. I can't remember what the name was.
Well, Kuinor is is Mountain of Light translation. That was the one we found. The Flat Top Mountain.
That was it. What was the name of it?
That's it. Kuinor is the Mountain of Light.
Kuinor.
Kuinor.
And that is
Okay.
not marked on you.
Not marked on the map.
That could be because
we do
it's
know that
sensitive.
supposedly it was about oh no, we don't know that because we weren't told it.
There was reference in that book that there was in the in.
Well,
in
no,
the shop.
only Rob was told that it was like yeah, he was told this thing.
Hey, Rob, are you still with us? You're very
Yeah.
quiet, mate.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the door down here, so I'm not privy to what's going on in the room. So I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I'm down here
That's fine,
too.
mate. No worries.
Okay.
Plus, I'm entertaining the people on Twitch.
Not let me in.
Yeah, that book that's in the has some reference to the machine. At the
Yeah, I don't know if anybody else is having issues, but Christine, I've just tried to get into your character sheet, and I'm getting
No.
the Zombie Beholder 500
Yeah.
error.
Me too. It won't let me in.
Don't refresh your character sheets, guys. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
Good.
same problem.
Really need to be able to print these to PDF, so you can just at least keep a PDF copy to one side, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
This is revenge for the fact that we punished them over the OGL 1.1. You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
Well, if that's
Okay,
the case,
so
then we
the-
can go fuck you then. Fuck you, Wizards of the Coast.
Yes, thank God for that.
But thanks for the fan content policy that we're allowed to use. Cheers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Virgin stream night, and you go and fuck us over. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allowed to badmouth them as part of the. Moving on.
Really?
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Christy, sorry.
Yep, character sheet's back.
Oh, cool. Good. Excellent.
Right, so the important thing is that we have a record of all the places on this map and their relative locations.
Right.
If that,
Okay. If what you want to do is make a detailed copy of this map, it's going to take an hour. If you want to disassemble the table,
Take the table.
sorry,
30 minutes, is it? 30 minutes.
Disassemble the table.
Disassemble the table.
if you want to disassemble the table, you reckon, being careful, obviously,
yeah,
you reckon it'll take you about 20 or 30 minutes.
right.
So start
It's entirely up to
disassembling.
you.
Well, I would say I'll get on work on disassembling while you make a copy. Of
Yes,
as much
that's
as
what I
you can.
said.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what's happening.
Garvis is getting his tools out
Yeah.
and he's going to start taking this table apart.
I've cast
I
my
mentioned that
spell, basically. Now I understand the language and I'm basically making my notes so that when we reassemble it, we will know how to put it back together again.
That's cool.
hopefully the table will have better, more provenance than the sketch of because they may not believe that they think we made it up.
I'm going to dump all the bits out of the bag of holding, and then as bits are disassembled from this table, I'll put them in there.
Guys,
Right,
guys,
go
what
on,
are you
can I
doing
put-
in there? I can't hear any fighting. It's been a while.
Decoration. Do I recognise what the wood's made while they're working on this? Do I recognise the material at all?
The material that the
table's made of the wood. Yeah, the wood.
well, okay, so only part of the table is
Yeah.
there's
The wooden.
few strips of wood detailing, but actually the frame of the table, the top of the table, and everything else
Mostly brown.
is all
Yeah.
made from brass and other strange
And glass.
things.
You said glass in there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Is it particularly rare
Jarvis.
wood?
Jarvis, you get your tools out and you start taking this kind of the side off, and you take some bits off, and then you can see where the connectors are, and you're starting to disassemble this stuff. Can you make me an intelligence saving throw, please? Okay.
Enough.
So you're happy. Away we go, and you stick your spanner in, and you grow at something, and there is this massive blue arc, and there's this fat zap and a smell of ozone in the air, and Garvis gets blown backwards across the room and lands in a heap on the floor.
I have the distinct feeling, Reinhorn, that we missed something funny.
Hang on. Mugsy,
Take-
I think you might be right.
take 9
That
points of
smells
light
like
damage, mate.
that smells like Garvis. Garvis?
It's usually my fault when this happens. This is awesome.
No, you're not blown all the way back there. You're just here. Ow!
So, Mugsy,
Maybe
It's
do a
take-
little more careful next time where you stick that tool.
I don't
It's-
know how I don't know how this machine works.
No, you
Maybe
don't.
Tiny bit more.
That's the point. You got no idea. So you were just merrily diddling away, and it looks like you've hit a power line.
Merrily diddling away.
Very, very uncomfortable.
Well, we know that the
Oh, wow.
way these things work is that power is transmitted. It moves in channels in some way.
Like those gold
The problem
wires.
is it's not
Is it-
obvious from the interior of this thing. No, they don't have wires. They're not wires. It's not obvious from the interior of this thing what's powered and what's not.
Yeah.
So if
Maybe
you're an
it's coming
experienced artificer, for example, you might be able to tell what's going on.
Yeah.
Is
But
there a switch on
unfortunately-
the side? Turn it on and off.
Sorry?
Is there a switch on the side?
There a switch to turn it on and off?
Yeah.
Not that you can see, no. However, it is now dark. Where previously it was lit from inside, now it is dark.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I've broken
Probably
it then.
safe.
So you think
Alright.
you think you've broken it. So it's
Yeah.
probably not going to kill you if
Right.
you try that again.
Okay. Keep disassembling it then.
How much warranty it had on? Probably not.
All right.
You know.
So after 30 minutes, you've got it to bits, and you want to put it away.
Mhm.
Elira, you realise that the sketch you've made is sufficient. It's not a detailed copy, but what you've done is you've made a pretty good quality copy of the map,
Excellent.
and you think that's good enough. Certainly, it's good enough for your notes once you put over the physical thing. And Garvis, what you do is you pack it all up into the bag of holding, so it's nice and safe and secure. Because they're actually quite fragile, these things, once you take them out, these panels. Okay.
Okay. Moving on then.
Yeah.
Scuttle along as fast as we can back to the team.
Down this corridor. Yeah.
I look at Garvis and see the charred flesh, and I just shake my head and mutter, "An hour to put yourself right, and half an hour to take more."
We acquired furniture.
We acquired
can-
furniture. Well done, the
Okay,
three of you.
John, I do the investigate just because I'm feeling it, and it's not that great, and then I'll
It's not that great though.
you know, for Muggsy. So smell anything, hear anything, all that junk, and then I'll pop it open. It swings towards me?
Swings away from you, actually.
Away from me. Okay, then I pull the handle down, push it open with my crowbar, and step back as soon as it starts to swing open.
Okay. Right. You've seen
Nothing-
all of these before.
Okay, what is it?
It is some kind of portal.
Yeah, we have seen one of these before.
Ah, jeez.
And it's not. Yeah, you last saw one of these in the gate control house.
That's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember.
That one was powered up.
Kept popping out demons.
This one appears to be off, in that there are some lights at the base of it, but the actual portal rings themselves are powered down.
Do we need
On
to
the wall over here, sorry,
I'll step forward now.
get rid of that. On the wall over here,
I step forward too.
there appear to be a series of controls,
Oh, don't turn
which is
that.
like a big, heavy sort of lever. It's one of those lever switches.
No, as soon as he goes to move over that way, I grab hold of his cloak, yank him back. Muggsy!
And then there's a number of other controls, and it appears, from what you can tell, it's almost like a stylized map. And then there's a little set of kind of almost like a sort of little lever that moves around. It's like one of those kids' toys where you have the gap and you have the little thing that moves around, and there's various dots. Again, they're labelled, and you think that you would switch it on and you would move to one of those, and then that's where the portal would take you.
Ooh.
So,
Shall we have a look, Muggsy?
There appear to be 5 destinations. As I say, it's currently switched off. So the control panel
Okay.
has a little indicator light next to what you think is the power switch, but everything else is off.
As much as I want to mess with those, I'll do a circuit search just to see if there's any hidden doors.
Okay. It's a halfling toaster.
Yeah, not so much. All looks good to me.
Yeah, it's a magical thing. Which when you switch it on, it makes you invisible. Oh, Reinhorn, sorry, your mace is going off, mate.
Oh shit.
I thought it was going off when we were when I was stood at the door covering that door, which is why I didn't go down into the thing. So now I've moved in here, it's still going off.
Still going off, yeah.
Well, the room with all this room is not very far away.
That's true.
Yeah, it can. Oh, now that's a question. Sorry, not detracting from. Would it? Do we think it would go through 3 to 5 foot of abyss, of stone, of natural rock, or?
Oh, it has so far. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So you know that the spell, and in fact the ability that it has to detect evil,
Won't.
and the spell detect evil and good, has limitations.
Yeah.
But you know that so far, carrying the mace has not.
Yeah, the celestial song section of it.
That's right.
Right, okay, so it could be picking up from. Hang on, I look down the corridor, go left, go down, and then go left.
Well,
Yeah, there's a room.
move.
There's a room behind, below where we are, I think. So it could be that it's picking up the demons from where we chucked the corpses into that room, where we took the break with the double doors. I think there might be in there, or maybe above us. If anyone's in this room with us and you're invisible, hit the halfling. Let us know whether you're here.
Friends.
Does anything happen?
I'm going to study this map. Does any point on it look familiar?
No.
So nothing matches in with what we saw on the previous little map that we had.
No, it doesn't. No. It's very strange, actually.
Mugsy, why don't you stand on the platform while Illyra throws the big lever?
Yeah.
I'm not falling for that again.
Are the icons or the text or concern script or just
They're the same.
Oh.
They're the same type of language as
on the map?
was on the map.
Okay.
Well, my comprehend
Appears to
language
be
is up for
writing.
now,
That's true.
so I should be able to still read what it's saying.
Oh yeah, for an hour, yeah.
That's true.
Any chance I understand what it says?
Yeah.
Is this new technical terms that I don't understand, or is it?
Yeah, they appear to be. They appear to be not place names. So, like, you were able to fathom out Jaegers, for example, but they don't appear to be place names. They appear to be locations, but they don't really make much sense to you.
Yeah, kind of like a series of digits
Yeah.
that location.
Well, they
longitude.
just
It's something that's
they're not even that. They sort of. I mean, one of them sort of appears to translate to sidings. And it's there's another one that's kind of warehouse 4 and things like that. It's just imagine that you were on an industrial site, a large industrial site where there was, manufacturing going on, or whatever. It's almost like it's like that.
Okay.
Is it like a teleporter?
The thing is, you're looking at this and you're like, well, why would you have portals like this and then have airships? Like, they've got this big complex airship network, and why would you have portals?
Short
What are
range.
portals?
Could be short range, yeah. So it could be just to get us to get round the airport itself, the landing area.
Things are underground, maybe.
Is there like a workshop? What rooms do we know about in this site? There was a workshop.
Yeah.
There were a couple of like the hangars. There was the power room. Anything like that on the map?
Main
Sidings
terminus, I guess.
and
No. And those other buildings didn't have portals in them.
no.
No, not that we saw. So I mean, the thing is, obviously, we're only seeing possibly a small portion of this site that's covered in rock. We know that there's bits of buildings sticking out of the rock, so it could be these are buildings that have been entombed already.
Yeah.
In which case, trying to teleport to them might not be a best idea in the world.
Probably not. Do we think this thing is what is teleporting in the demons?
I wouldn't have said so.
Doesn't appear to be on at the moment.
No.
There's no obvious signs of activity in here.
I mean, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. When we saw the one by the big gates, that looked like it had been. It was tampered with in some way, or
Yes. It had been damaged. This one doesn't look damaged.
right.
Is there one that says the big gates, by any chance?
There isn't. So that's
No.
quite a long way.
But there is one that's labelled Bill Gates.
Oh, in that case, if we want to get it to work, we just need to turn it off and on again.
Yeah, wait 15 seconds before you plug it back in.
We have no knowledge that where we would end up would be a safe place for somebody to be able to survive.
No, exactly. Okay.
Okay,
So
yeah.
if
So
we think that this isn't where the demons are coming from, two other possibilities present themselves.
just two.
Yeah.
Well, we'll throw out three. Either the thing that was covered up by all the big puff balls,
Yep.
Yeah.
the smoky darkness,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or it's not down here at all, it's somewhere else.
Or there is another option that the person who was doing the containing was setting up the defences with the rods and the wire turned this off before whatever happened to him to prevent. So maybe some got through and he turned it off before he was
Maybe,
killed.
but then that doesn't really help us in terms of
No.
getting rid of the demons, getting rid of this whatever it is that's holding them here.
It probably makes sense to look at what we've got here before trying to venture further.
I mean, of course, there is this big demonic signal on the floor in in the octagonal room. We haven't tried destroying that yet. We think that was, like an alarm spell, but it might be more.
Can't hurt to get rid of it, can it?
You're going to have to excuse me, guys, but for some reason I have lost.
The will to live? No. What? You found it.
Sorry, I found it. Found the note.
See,
So
I think we
the,
should go back
the
into the
dead guy
mushroom room. Sorry, go on.
The dead guy with the notes was Jobin. Yeah.
Mm.
And he said that what he had done is he had built I'll wait for Anthony. What Jobin's notes said was that he had built something he called the demon cage.
Mm.
And when you found him, he had these small pins and some coils of this wire.
It's the smoky dude down the base, isn't it?
Well, we know that he's
That's
been
the
caged
cage.
in. Yeah.
Then, if he's on the same side as those things, why haven't they gone down there and let him out?
Well, if they probably can't touch these wires and pins.
Yeah. And he wants us to do that for him to let him loose.
That's the thing
If you
about
recall,
demons.
Muggsy, sorry, Rob. Let me just get this out. Muggsy recalls that when he looked at the at that space, in the brig, that the cables were not not neatly laid out like they are all over the cave, but kind of chaotic and random.
Yeah.
Very different sort of way of stringing them together.
Could have been in a hurry. Could have been damaged. Don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that doesn't seem to be telling me anything. I'm sure there's a clue there, but I'm not getting it.
So let me just ask a quick question, right?
Can we use these wires and pins to sort of, keep them caged in? I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know.
Well, I think the demons are already caged in because the whole idea of the cage, I believe, was so that they don't actually escape into the main world, or the world at large, should I say. We've obviously opened the door. We've opened the door and then closed it. So I don't know whether the seal has now been broken, per se. But let me just ask, the room that you guys spent half an hour doing whatever it was that you were doing just to the left of to the right of us, was there any way out of that room?
No.
Not that we can see.
Not that we can see.
So we either take on non-opposable thumb beast demon where the mushroom room is and go through the mushrooms, or we go back down through the lift shaft and then up and find another place, or we use this portal. Who's a betting man? And I stand in front of I stand on the portal.
Quick, throw the lever.
I'm a betting man.
I'm already there. Come with me, Muggsy. On my shoulders. Send me somewhere nice, Alira, and hope that the portal stays open.
Move away from the portal, the wall. I do not think that is a wise thing to do, necessarily.
You're throwing the switch, are you?
I'm not.
No, I'm not yet. I'm some sort of confirmation from my magical friends.
Muggsy the Great Mage.
Oh, don't.
Switch.
Well, I look back. I know. I look back at Reinhorn. What does he do?
I'm shaking my head. I'm going, look, find a place. Let's go to Warehouse 4.
Okay.
We know it's a warehouse. Let's flick the switch for Warehouse 4. Which one's Warehouse 4? Oh, shit, where have I gone? Oh, this doesn't feel too good. Oh, I think I'm going to throw up. Oh, the portal. The transference of one body to another place. It's not like Doctor Who said all along.
Are you setting the switch first, or are you just pulling the handle down first?
I'm just pulling the handle down because I don't know anything better.
No,
You hold the handle and you pull it. You pull it down. You'll see Muggsy grab the handle and go clunk. And there's a.
You're supposed to set the destination.
And there's a distinct clunk behind the wall, and the panel goes whoop, fires up, and one of the lights comes on,
One of the what's the light that comes on?
Funnily enough, it is Warehouse 4. The others are off.
Okay, so they're probably inactive and can't be accessed.
Well, do they have levers by each of the lights, and they're in different positions,
No,
or
there's this little selector which you move along and you.
like a slider that goes underneath the different ones?
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
What's
So
it
what
under right
happens?
now?
What happens to me?
It's in a neutral position at one end,
Go faster!
which Alira has told you says not set.
Ah, and that says not set, huh? So
It does.
should I slide
Yeah,
it
there's no
over and
light.
see what happens? Now, I would say that we could probably open this without Reinhorn actually standing on it, as much fun as that would be, just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Something
you're
opens up.
right. I think that's a very wise.
Ah, I step off of it.
Off the transporter.
Go on
Okay,
then.
I slide it over, John.
I'm
You
off the
slide over to that
transporter.
spot.
To
All right.
get
There's a distinct rising note of humming sounds from the portal. You hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Takes about 15, 20 seconds, something like that. And then there's a flash, and the ring of light around the portal lights up.
Okay.
Okay. Does anything appear above the portal? You know, sort of a misty doorway or a. No.
Anything come out?
Anyone want to chuck a coin on there or something?
not me.
Okay, I'll wait 30 seconds. I'll wait 30 seconds. If nothing comes out, I'll go, see you on the other side, guys. And I step in.
Okay, Reinhorn steps on the portal, and there is a blinding flash of red light, and he disappears.
I'm dead!
Well, he was a nice guy.
He was.
Are we going to go up to the mushrooms, or
Is the portal
Bastard!
Right, so turn the lever off.
Is the portal still?
oh, now we can talk about him. Oh, I've got so much to get off my chest.
Oh dear.
Right,
Streamers, this is how you get appreciated in this game.
Reinhorn, there's a big flash, and they all disappear.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I kept my coat closed at all times.
And for a second, you're like, where did they all go? And then you realise that the door is actually closed, and previously it was open.
Ooh. Has my mace, does my mace stop going?
Yeah, it stopped.
Okay.
Christine,
I step off of the portal.
Still lit up.
is the portal still lit up?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You're stood on a portal that's lit, Reinhorn.
I stand off the portal.
Okay.
Oh, actually, can I see the walls in the room that I'm in? Is there a
Yes.
slider thing?
Bunch of spikes.
Is there a lever and things in this roughly the same place that they were in the other room that I just came from?
Yes.
Okay, what's the light set to? Does it say warehouse 4 or does it say something else?
No, it's set to neutral.
Set to neutral. Okay. Now, if only I could comprehend languages.
The thing is, you'd had the explanation. There'd been a conversation about it, so you knew that one end was like not set.
Okay, so I go over to the thing
The light is
and
still on, by the way.
oh, the light's on where though? Not where, because I looked at the portal.
Hello, our idiot friend.
Yeah.
The red ring on the portal is still lit.
Yeah, yeah. So I step off of the portal and go over to the mechanism on the wall.
Okay.
Are there any lights on that mechanism?
Yes.
Okay.
It's switched on.
what does it say
It's a different
runically
layout
or?
to the one you saw.
Okay, so what I'm hoping is that did I see the layout in the previous room?
Yes.
Okay, so I can't comprehend languages, but I can see what was written underneath and
Which
make
one of
out
these
scratches and what have
5
you.
things is different from the others?
Yes, which one is wasn't what that I can right?
Was not
Which
on.
one was not on the room that my colleagues were at are in? Sorry.
Okay. Right. Only one of the lights out of the 5 was
Yeah.
on. This one has 5 settings. Only one of the lights is on.
Okay, so right, so I moved the slider to activate the light that's on.
So you're going to move the thing to the lit light, yeah?
Yeah, because I'm assuming that that's where they are.
You grab
If
hold of
if
you
the
grab
name
hold of
is
the slider and you
different,
start trying to- grab hold of the slider and you start trying to move it, and there's a mechanical clunk and a very kind of annoyed beep from the panel, and the thing slots back into where it was.
okay,
It's
so
open
maybe
from one
that's
side
lit.
only.
So maybe that's lit for where I am.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think Christine's got it. You can only open it from one. You can only open it from one side.
That's time.
The
Basically,
Yes.
we have to close it down from this end for you to be
He
able to
can't work
open
that
it.
out though, can he? Because he's on his own.
There you go.
No, but we can.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
we can
we've
send
got-
someone through. We can send someone through to tell him.
You could.
Well,
Okay.
if he comes back, maybe. But if he doesn't come back, you don't necessarily want to.
Well,
Damn it, Reinhorn. I'm going to step onto the portal.
Awesome.
Elira disappears.
And
Reinhold,
as she
Elira's in the
to
room
the
with
other
you.
end, as she appears at the other end, she is going, damn it, Reinhorn.
I jump on. It looks fun.
Yeah.
hands off those controls.
Muggsy disappears. Jarvis, you're getting a bit nervous at the moment because there's only
Well-
Dora going.
She's going,
No one's come back,
Lyra, do you want to follow? And I'll bring up the rear.
so to speak.
Name of your sex tape.
But the only concern is if they can't get back through, are we going to be able to get back through, or we're going to have to find another way out?
Yeah.
Follow
but
the
it's
leader,
fine.
leader.
Okay, I'm in.
Hey, Muggsy,
Delilah disappears.
Oh no, really?
Oh no, we're all going to be trapped in a small cube with spikes.
Right. You're all in a room that looks identical.
He
But it's full with
shoots.
a closed-
He scores.
Now what?
That was
Oh,
fun.
I'm over at the control panel. No, I'm over at the control panel. Now, what did Elira say about... hang on, that chicken scratch... No, that's not the... I can't remember. Oh, shit. I've got it all around the wrong... I wonder if I can get back. And just as I'm about to step into the portal, Elira comes out, shouting at me, "What? I didn't touch nothing!" I tried to come back.
I told you that was a bad idea, Reinhorn.
Is there a door?
There is a door, yes.
I'll open the door.
I
Excellent.
stand beside him.
The corridor goes a good 5 feet and then it is rubble.
Ah, time to dig.
Rubble, you say? Excellent. I pull the lever and switch the
You say
machine
rubble.
off.
Is it?
You
as
switch
in
the machine
rubble?
off.
Uh-oh.
Why not? Why not?
Okay.
Nobody
Everyone walks
can.
over and switches the machine off. There's a boom.
Hope it comes back on the side.
I didn't think of that. I'm just thinking this is a good place to go to sleep.
You know?
No?
Right,
Might
so-
be a good place for a long rest.
God damn it!
Actually,
What
yes.
happened to us, Muggsy? You've gone really serious, and I've gone really halfling.
No, we don't.
But we'll get out better if we've had a long rest.
Okay. With Garvis's experience of underground spaces, how much air does he think we have in here?
Oh, that's a good point.
Mosey starts singing.
I light
no
a
fresh air
torch.
It is stale,
Yeah.
and you don't think that it's going to last you more than a few hours. You're all right for the next few hours, but then it's going to start to become a problem.
I'll
So
say
you
the
get CO2 built up.
Yeah. So the next few hours, as in enough for a long rest or not?
No, a few
Long
hours.
rest is
8 hours for a long rest.
Not
Then-
without finding a way to get
Fresh air.
more air in.
Mm.
Okay. So this this rubble, is this rubble as in collapsed, or is it similar to the walls of the cave that we were in?
No, it looks like the corridor's collapsed.
Okay. Do I think it's shiftable, or is it too dangerous? Or
With supreme amounts of effort, you could probably start moving some of the pieces. The problem is you don't know how far it goes.
no? Does anyone have any spells that would?
Transmute, say, rock to mud, for example, something like that.
Yeah. Or
I mean, I do know it, but it's a.
I've sent you a message, John.
the other side, or something. You know,
Yeah,
walk-
but you
Okay.
have to know where you're going to.
yeah, past wall, walk
All
through
right.
wall, sort of thing.
So you notice Reinhorn's gone back over and he's cranked the lever back down. So he cranked it up to turn it off, and he's cranked it back down again.
Mm-hmm.
And you can hear it powering up like.
Okay, so I remember that when Muggsy you did the lever, it cranked up, and then he did something with a slider thing. So I'm kind of looking at Muggsy going, what would Muggsy do? What would Muggsy do?
Okay, so
And
Is there a light
I
on it?
start playing with the slider. Oh, sorry, go. What
all
light?
the lights are off.
All the lights are off.
Lights are off.
Okay. All the lights.
Even the one that was lit before. Oh dear.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Are there any push buttons?
Nope.
Huh. I moved the slider over to one of the lights.
Have you tried turning it
The
off?
problem is they didn't realise how big a fool was going to operate it.
Have you tried turning it off, moving the slider to where the light was, and turning it back on again?
Okay.
Of course I did. I switch it back off again.
Deep beeping that starts coming from the panel.
Muggsy, what did you do?
The red lights on each of the four corners of the platform start to beacon massively. They're flashing angry red, and there's this very loud, annoyed beep 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 coming from the panel.
It's not my mace.
That doesn't sound
Is
good.
Where are you all in the room?
Taking cover.
I'm over by the collapsed rock.
Okay, so you've opened the door and you're just kind of through that. Closes the door gently and looks round it. Okay.
I'm at the panel. Okay. Can I switch it off again?
Muggsy,
I'll be on the opposite side of the room in the corner. So
Okay.
if it's like this, it'll be like there.
that's cool. Yeah. Sorry, did you say you switch it off again?
Yeah. Can I switch it off again? Because, well, Garvis has just said, did I try to switch it off, move the slider, and then switch it on? Which obviously I didn't, but I said that I did, but I kind of didn't. So maybe that's what I need to do to get it.
Right. Are you going to switch it off again, or are you going to wait for it to stop beeping before you switch it off? What are you going to do?
I look at Delira. No, I look at Elira and go,
Elira?
Elira, What do you think?
Who is kind of ducking in the corner with her staff up in front of her.
Garvish has just said, switch it off, move the slider, switch it back on again. Do you think that's wise? I don't think that's wise.
I think switching it off might be wise. I do not like the noise it's making.
It's nicer than my mace.
Yeah, there's something there.
Is that mace any good at breaking through rubble?
Are you switching it off or are you waiting?
I think you should wait.
Yeah, I think we should
A
wait.
little bit.
I want to switch it off.
Is the beeping?
Okay, I'll
Is the
wait.
beeping getting louder or faster?
Waiting.
Yeah, it is. Does the beeping get faster, or does the tempo increase?
The beeping is like this very angry kind of deep klaxon-like beep, and these
Okay,
flashing red lights.
I try and soothe it.
And then abruptly it stops. The red lights go off, and as that happens, there's a big flash from the thing, and it stabilizes, and it's now glowing, and the lights on it are now glowing red.
Is that normal? I didn't look at the portal. Were the lights red on the portal in the other room?
So this is the ring that's now red.
Yeah, the ring. Yeah. I didn't look. I just walked straight into it after Muggsy did what he did, and I just walked straight into the portal. I didn't look at what the colour of the rings were or anything, so I don't know whether that's normal or indifferent. So,
Okay, so
Anybody care to enlighten him?
I think they were red, if I remember.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think they were red.
It looks
Okay.
it looks like it was before when Brian Horn.
So-
Before he switched it off.
are one of the lights lit up on the panel that I'm at?
Yes.
Oh. Does it look like? What does this say? And I point to the light because they've got a label underneath them, haven't they?
Well, come over and have a look.
Illyra, it says control.
Oh.
It says control. I think that'll take us back.
Do we want to go
Jarvis
back?
is starting to clear the rubble.
Okay.
Can you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, control. What do you reckon?
that
Go
takes
back?
I think that's where we were.
Should we go back and then try another location? Because we can't use this one.
Well, this was the only lit location.
Garvis, if you had 3 first edition AD&D dwarf helpers,
I know.
through this in no time.
I would be walking pace. We would be able
Yeah,
to clear.
exactly.
Yeah.
First edition, huh? Right. If only.
And dress the stone as we went.
And dress the stone as you went.
Yeah.
I am quite surprised that you guys came in though.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you in the control room. Oh, Illyra, before I go, what does that one say? And what does that one say? And what does that one say? And I mark the chicken scratches down for whatever the label does, and then put Illyra's definition down underneath them.
It doesn't matter because only one of them's lit anyway.
Oh.
Jarvis, do you want me to?
I jump in the portal.
And there we go.
Jarvis, do you want me to-
Can someone help me with this wall?
do you want me to burrow through and see how far it goes on for, and then give you an idea of how much we're dealing with?
That's a good idea. I mean, can you badger or something?
Well, I can be a swarm of something. I can burrow. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
if you've got something with a burrow, that might
I can't tunnel, but I can't tunnel and help clear it with that. But I can move
Yeah.
through and see how far it.
What about an earth element?
I do well. I don't know if it will do much in terms of. It might be able to help lift some bits and pieces. Could it be strong?
Yeah, well, I don't know what abilities they have.
Just a bash attack, pretty much. They're not very. They're just kind of
It would be
smashy.
useful to know how deep it is
Yeah.
in this rubble.
Yeah, I mean, if you got Earth Glide, the elemental can burrow through non-magical unworked earth and stone. Is that the
Ooh.
you would have?
No, I don't. No, I don't have anything. I can become a swarm of insects and burrow through.
That's the earth elemental has that ability.
That's what an earth elemental.
No, the earth elemental, the one that gets summoned, I don't believe has that. I'll double check it. Because it uses the specific stat block. It's not the elemental.
Have you got anything with tremor sense? No, that wouldn't work.
Yeah,
I'm worried about Reinhorn.
it can burrow 40 feet. The old
He
worry
can
about
look
it.
after himself.
He is a big boy.
He can fight. He can heal himself. He's got damaging spells. I mean, he's like a one-person tank.
He can entertain himself, that's for sure.
That's true.
Definitely can with that mace.
I mean, without rest, I'm a bit stuck. But I could use the wild shape to try and see how far it goes.
I think that would be useful. We need to know whether or not this is the route out that we can take, or whether actually
Yeah.
we need to be going back the other way.
Exactly.
Okay, I'll transform into a swarm of beetles and try and burrow my way through and see how far it goes.
No matter how many times I see that, it's so gross.
Okay. Reinhorn reappears.
I knew it.
I've worked it out, guys. I've worked it out.
So that basically the portal is now open. All you have to do is step onto it.
Yeah.
And step off of it, and step back onto it, step off of it, and then we're in and out.
Yeah.
So,
Reinhorn, can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
no, I am going to throw up in the corner of the room. Oh, okay. You're going to make me do the roll anyway, even though I voluntarily want to actually throw up because, you know, I've just been through a
Just means it's
trans-dimensional
worse than that.
portal. 17.
You know it's worse.
I dry heave.
17 then, yeah?
Yeah. Constitution save.
Okay. You don't feel right.
I'm not surprised. I've just been dematerialized and then rematerialized and dematerialized and rematerialized.
Something's not right. You don't feel good.
Oh.
You'll watch him, and he's kind of, something comes over his face. He comes through and he's like, hey, and then he sort of, this look comes over his face.
Mm.
And you kind of walk over off the portal, and then you collapse in a heap on the floor.
Does he have a tail now?
I mean, literally, there's like this wave of dizziness and strange feelings comes over you, and he just collapses in a heap on the floor.
That's not good.
I'll go and check.
Reinhorn, you're struggling. You're struggling.
turn out of your beetles.
You're currently beetle.
I thought we'd not got to that point. Oh, was this happening before the Beatles or after the Beatles?
During.
Okay.
So you are, you're struggling to sort of coordinate your body.
Oh, so have I got one arm that's actually a leg?
No, it hasn't scrambled you. You're not scrambled. Teleporting is a thing, right? But it's just had an effect on you, which is a bit weird.
That would be so cool.
Stop playing with the machine.
You are incapacitated.
Oh.
Can I snore?
No, because you can't fall asleep.
Oh, I'm just collapsed, and but I'm not unconscious.
No,
I'm
you are not unconscious.
going to go over and make him comfortable. Get his cloak and roll it up, put it under his head. Get some water on some cloth and dab his forehead.
Garvis is going to go
Make him
over
feel comfortable, basically.
medicine roll.
Okay.
Not that I'm very good.
Yeah, let's get spellcasters to make some Arcana checks as well, will you?
That's not bad.
On it.
And this is why.
Disrupted his nervous system. You're not quite sure what it might be.
Sorry, did you say something about Arcana spell checks?
Yep. Arcana checks, please. Yes, for the spellcasters.
Good night, Skeletor.
No, nothing.
Is there like a in small writing a health warning under on this wall under the?
Do not use more than twice.
Do not use more than twice in any 24-hour period or something.
Overindulgence in the teleportation device can cause queasiness and sickness.
So that certainly makes sense as to why,
Hurling your mark across the.
He's not. He doesn't feel nauseous. He's just his limbs just don't work. He's literally just lying on the floor in a heap. He can't move. He can't move his limbs. You can talk.
Oh bugger!
Oh, jeez.
Damn it! If there was one thing, that could have been paralysed, it would have been his mouth.
If he can't talk,
Damn it!
no, sorry, if he can't move, he can't remove the rag we shove in there. Just dribbling some water in for you.
Hey, guys, waterboarding is still outlawed even in D&D. All right? You just can't do that shit to a person.
Okay. So let's get back to Delira just for a second.
Yep.
Yes.
So,
Insects.
Delira, what are you becoming?
Swarm of beetles to try and burrow through and see how far this rockfall goes.
Okay. So you're just trying to crawl through the gaps, are you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
That's creepy.
So as a swarm of beetles, you kind of try and dig through the gaps, and this this corridor. I mean, you're kind of swarming through the rubble, and it's getting increasingly harder. And then you hit what you think is a set of stairs, but they've collapsed above you. So as beetles, you sort of work your way through the set of stairs, and you think it goes up about something like maybe 20 feet or so. And then you are hitting just basically solid, like the rock of the cave. So you've gone through the rubble and you've hit like the rock of the cave.
Okay, yeah.
So these beetles all scuttle off into this rubble, and after about 2 or 3 minutes, they all come scuttling back out, and then Delira just sort of forms up.
Gross.
Do I need to go to a different room before I do that in the picture?
Just show yourselves, guys.
Yeah, it doesn't look very good.
If I turned from an owlbear into a cute tiefling, you wouldn't care, would you?
But they don't understand. Druids don't get owlbear as a wild shape in the game.
You nerd.
The mighty owlbear.
By the way, in D&D 1, the druid can actually wild shape into an owlbear.
Oh, go figure. They had to change that.
Only because you can wild shape into any shape you like, based on any animal or combination of animals. So you can combine an owl and a bear and become an owlbear.
Oh.
Right? It doesn't matter because your stat block remains the same.
Yeah.
The new druid is crap.
Yeah.
Terrible. Awful.
Not
Don't
gonna
get
help.
any of the special abilities of the creatures.
It's not going to help
Yeah.
people.
Stat block.
It's not going to help it become rise up the used. It's not going to help it come from the last.
So basically, you transform into a bird and you still can't fly.
You get flight at 9th level.
Yeah, it's 8th level.
Eighth level.
It's 8th level here for this one.
I think it's
Yeah,
8th or 9th level. You get flight.
Yeah.
So you get swim speed at 5th level, flight at 9th level, or is it no? It's climb. You get a climb speed, a swim speed, a fly speed.
Okay, that's similar to what we've got today.
That's a bit rubbish.
But it's like standard stat block. So all the lovely things that Wild Shape did, which was turn you into an actual animal and give you that animal's special abilities, all gone.
Yeah.
The new druid's crap, I'm afraid.
Turning the druid from a Swiss Army knife into another knife.
You know, the druid was a really the druid. Given the fact that 5th edition is based on action economy and everything's about action economy, the druid has always been, in many respects, one of the most powerful classes in the game, because you get extra actions by just going, I'll manifest this thing, I'll manifest that thing, and whatever. Plus, also you can turn into cool animals and do cool animal stuff. Well, it takes away all the cool animal stuff, which is really boring.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid to say I think it's broken. So.
Basically, it turns the druid from a Swiss Army knife into a butter knife. Okay.
It's just boring, unfortunately, but there you go. It also killed all the druid's ability to heal. But that's not there either.
It's always the danger when you try and balance classes, is basically you just remove any differentiation between them.
That's the point. I don't want.
Let me guess, they nerfed the rogue sneak attack as well.
Yeah,
Makes sense. Well, that is pretty powerful, so I can see that.
It is, yeah.
Anyway, folks, I think we're going to leave it there.
Yeah.
With one down.
Can I just ask, are you going to go back through the portal to the control room, or are you going to stay where you are? So how long are you going to stay here?
What would
I'm
happen?
concerned about is if we take Reinhorn back again, that's yet another transport.
Yeah. Take me back. Take me back. Take me back.
Or maybe it'll paralyse his mouth this time. Could be.
It's for science. Come on. Pick me up. Take me through. See what happens.
For us and put him out for several hours. Might be useful.
It just reminds me there was like a Lord of the Rings role playing game, and one of the things about that was you had critical tables. If you roll the critical, you roll D100 on the critical table.
Oh yeah.
And the 0-0 on the lightning critical table was the victim's nervous system becomes a superconductor. Their sad instant demise provides all witnesses with a fine light show.
Good old Merv. Okay, I'm just going to say one thing, and you
Go
just
on,
got to think about it from this perspective. You know that you left behind a room which has the portal in it that is your escape. You know you're currently in a dead end. You also know that there are demons lurking.
We have to go back through.
Yeah.
So, what are you going to do? Okay, what are you going to do with Ryan?
Well, now that we
Pick him up and taking him through.
now we know this is a dead end. Let's pick him up, take him back.
Yeah.
Okay, Garnus, you sling it over your shoulder.
Yeah. Well, actually, I would say someone else take. Who else can carry him?
No one.
Sorry.
No one. You can.
It's going to have to be me. Okay. All right. I'll sling him over my shoulder.
I'll try and move my nuts closer to his nostrils or something whilst he's there. You know.
You can't move, mate.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You are a ragdoll.
You can do nothing.
I've got to be ready for combat. So as soon as I'm through the portal, I'm just going to dump him on the floor.
Yeah. You come back through.
I jumped through behind him.
Yeah. And head over to the door to guard the door while the others come through.
Hey, I've still got teeth, you know. Come here. Bring the demons to me. I'll bite them.
Yeah, the door at the end's closed, or it should be.
Yes, it should.
Yep.
Both of them were. I believe. Oh no, I wasn't the last one through that one.
No, I closed the one at the end. I didn't close this one.
Yay, we're all here.
Oh! Does my dear my incapacitatedness disappear because I'm back in this room now?
No.
I'm just thinking about where Garbs would have dumped you, and that's further away from the door, so that's why I put you there. It's all right, don't worry.
Okay, it's fine.
I'm going to move you, Delara. I'm moving you. To apologise.
All right. Yep.
Okay. All
My
right.
God,
So
I've
that's
been
where
moved
we'll
back
leave it.
again.
That's it.
Yes, mate.
Thank you.
No
Very much.
worries. All good. Right.
Right.
What's happening tomorrow?
I am expecting to play tomorrow if possible for you guys. Nothing on my.
Nothing extra has happened to you, Reinhorn. You're still incapacitated.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So who else is
7
joining
o'clock
us?
tomorrow?
Yes, sir. And
Oh.
I'll send instructions in Discord on how to jump on.
Great.
Excellent.
Yep.
And there's
All right.
also a video on YouTube as to how to create your character if you wanted to do that beforehand. Because Anthony did it the other night.
What we got so far? Do we know?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
we do.
What did you
Yeah,
say?
who's playing what?
Can somebody please tell us what characters we've got so far?
It doesn't
Okay, we
matter.
yeah, you can double up. You don't have to.
Yeah, it's not
but
that type of game.
We do have a What are
Hunter.
you again?
I'm a hunter,
You're-
and Felix is a
you're the
psychopath.
No, gee. Yeah, they're not helping.
Yeah, he's-
Just a minute. I'll pull up my.
I'm a hound, and Felix is a leech. Lurker.
Leech. Okay.
Lurker.
Oh, of course he's a leech.
Lurker.
Lurker,
know.
not a leech.
I'm like a cutter, if that's all right.
Excellent. Sounds good.
I'm basically
It's really
gonna
good.
I'm going to basically be a 6'8" enforcer guy whose specialisation is ripping doors down and. intimidating
Excellent.
people.
We need you. We need you because we're fucked. Okay. Martin, are you coming? Martin, are you coming tomorrow? 7 o'clock?
With everything that's going on at the moment, I don't know if I can really commit to a lot, so I don't know. I don't
okay.
know what's happening tomorrow. Yes.
No problem. If you're
No
there,
worries.
awesome.
Yeah, I'll see what the day brings.
Worst case scenario, you build a character, and we don't have to use characters every time we play. So
Yeah.
it's not like this.
No.
If I'm about, I'll hop on and hopefully I can join.
Okay,
Yeah, I
guys.
was thinking maybe
Well, that's it for us on a Tuesday night. So,
basically, my guy.
hang on.
the conception for
I
my guy
forgot.
was-
I'm competing with Discord here. That's it from us from a Tuesday night. So tomorrow night I won't be on Worm because Anthony, who is another GM, Games Master, okay, he's decided to do a Blades in the Dark stream. So I'm going to post up where you can find that. I think it's only on YouTube at the moment. No, Twitch, sorry. It's GM of Wonders. Okay. But I'll also try and get that sorted as well because we're going to use Roll20. It's totally different to D&D. But yeah, so if you're at a loose end, or Mr. Vi, if you're working and you want to experience a different type of role-playing game, then feel free to join on in. And yeah, hopefully we'll have some fun. It is completely different though. Okay, so till next Tuesday. That's it from D&D. See you tomorrow. Take care now.